It's time for grassroots racers and fans to gather round. Welcome to the Racing Roundup Show. Thanks for joining us for our landmark 40th season. We are your destination for news and interviews within the Wisconsin racing scene, the upper Midwest, and from the world of motorsports. The Racing Roundup Show is America's longest running weekly motorsports show held in front of a live audience. You still have time to join the racing crowd for tonight's show. And now, here is the host of the Racing Roundup Show, Jim Trado.
Hey, gang, how are you? Thank you, Dean Strong, for that kind introduction. Dean is here. TV Bill is here. We're almost at full strength when it comes to having fun with you tonight. The crew is ready. We hope you're ready for a great show. We are live tonight at Danny Lynch's at the corner of Lincoln and Highway 100 in West Dallas. It is Team Bonafide night. Bonafide Security Solutions drivers and teams and crews and cars are out in force here tonight. Come on down and join the racing crowd. Before you leave home, look at that key rack in the hallway and say, you know what, I don't use that key anymore, because you are literally going to help the Multiple Sclerosis Foundation by giving your keys, your old keys tonight, into these buckets we have in front of this table. Bonafide Security Solutions has spent the summer with their Team Bonafide collecting keys to ultimately give to charity, and we got some great things to tell you about how that money is going to go to great use. Just bring your old keys with you. Come on down and join the racing crowd at Danny Lynch's at the corner of Lincoln and Highway 100 for Team Bonafide night. It's a lot of fun. We've got a lot of racers that we're going to talk to on this show. So if you've never experienced what a Team Bonafide night is, this is the night. They got hamburgers and Italians over here. Joey and his wife are cooking. We got that going on. We got fresh, ice-cold beer, soda, whatever you want. We're hanging outside on the band stage patio. This is awesome. Again, we're outside. Look for the race cars at the corner of Lincoln and Highway 100. This is a special night. We enjoy you to come on down and enjoy the program. We also want to encourage you to watch our show live or on demand. We're on Facebook Live and on demand on YouTube, so please make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons on YouTube as well. Tonight after the program, great giveaways after the show. We've got T-shirts from Colin Skinjaleski. He's sponsored by Lynch's. We've got a great bunch of stuff to give out over there in the big pile. We're also giving away race tickets. 4 tickets to Dell's Raceway Park. We've got tickets to the NASCAR Cross Run Truck Series race at the Milwaukee Mile next Sunday, August 25th. We have 2 pairs of tickets to give away for both Saturday and Sunday. The Hy-Vee 250s at the Milwaukee Mile IndyCar races, August 31 and September 1. We've got tickets to this coming Friday night's championship night at Madison International Speedway, and also 2 tickets to this Sunday's Corn Fest at Angel Park Speedway in Sun Prairie. That's going to feature the IRA Sprint Cars and the Badger Midgets. That's part of the stash we got. We also have some really cool prizes from Anderson's Maple Syrup. So if you have never been to our show, tonight's the night to join us outside. Bring a lawn chair, bring your appetite, and we're going to have a bunch of fun. We also want to remind you to set your DVRs for our Saturday TV show, sponsored in part by Bonafide Security Solutions. It airs every Saturday at 11:30 a.m. on CW18 in Milwaukee. Looking forward to seeing parts of this show on Saturday. We want to see you here to enjoy it live and in person. We'll be right back to Danny Lynch's with our DeAngelis Construction Roadshow, hanging out at Danny Lynch's on Team Bonafide night. Bonafide Security Solution fans and friends are here. Come on, John, and join the racing crowd. We'll be right back.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors. Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln is a great place to watch NASCAR races, Packer games, Brewer games, and to meet up with your friends. Joey and Jim Lynch pride themselves on their friendly hospitality and welcome Racing Roundup listeners to stop in to watch all the races on their 14 TVs and flat screens. Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 in Lincoln has been a longtime supporter of racers, including National Road Racing Motorcycle Champion Dan Volansky. Relax around the big neighborhood bar with 2 pool tables and dartboards surrounded by TVs. Whether you're meeting up before the game, want to watch the races with race fans, or just want to grab a cold one, head to Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 in Lincoln and West Dallas. Get ready to accelerate your productivity with the Midwest's largest forklift distributor. Walter Inc. offers top-tier brands, including Lindy, Doosan, and Bobcat forklifts. With 16 locations across the Midwest, Walter is the go-to source for high-performance forklifts and material equipment handling solutions, and is fueled by a passion for short-track racing. Count on Walter's 60-plus years of experience to increase your productivity. Walter is hiring, too. Explore the unbeatable lineup of forklift solutions and more at walterinc.com.
Add value and beauty to your home or commercial property with professional landscaping from Central Services Company, Incorporated. The team at Central Services is their personal choice of over 45 years of satisfied customers in Southeast Wisconsin for landscape design, construction, and grounds maintenance. Call Central Services at 262-548-0005 for all your landscaping and lawn care needs.
No job is too large or too small. From lawn fertilization and weed control to award-winning landscape construction and building your backyard patio oasis, Central Services is your full-service landscape company. Call the experts at Central Services at 262-548-0005 for a free, no-obligation consultation at your home or business. Find out why Central Services can provide you with the visual difference in the art of landscaping and lawn care. Call 262-548-0005. Central Services, the visual difference in landscaping.
And now to Cruise Alaska with Making Memories Travel next September. Enjoy an unforgettable 7-day Alaskan cruise from Vancouver on the Norwegian Jade. Juneau and Hubbard Glacier are just two of the cities that await you. Hike up snow-capped mountains and witness majestic whales splash in the Pacific. Then come back on board to catch an amazing show, followed by a starlit stroll on the top deck. Breathtaking views, all the amenities, all the memories. Cruise Alaska. Contact Mark at Making Memories Travel today.
Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to our program. Thanks for joining us here on this Tuesday evening. It's August 6th already, whatever this is. What is it, August 13th now? Yeah, it's August 13th. My goodness. The weekends and summers are flying by. We're having a ball. Make sure you join us on one of our Tuesday shows. We're going through a Tuesday, October 1st with our program. We also have our Saturday shows going into that month of October as well, and maybe even down the line further than that. So we're looking forward to having you join us and let us know what you think about our stuff on Facebook and our Twitter, now called X, and Instagram. Love to talk to you at Racing Roundup on X and Instagram, and The Racing Roundup Show on Facebook. That's our page. And also look up Racing Roundup on YouTube, and we're right there. Watch our shows on demand. Looking forward to having you join us for one of our shows upcoming. If you're looking to sell or buy your home or commercial real estate property, choose the Rapina Group, Coldwell Banker Home Sale Realty. You can list and buy with confidence. Hire a realtor that has the knowledge and expertise to get your deal done. Not all realtors are the same. Knowledge is power. Hire knowledge. Choose Coldwell Banker Home Sale Realty and sell your house with the Rapina Group. Visit rapinagroup.com. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show. A very special occasion to spend with a bunch of drivers that are sponsored under the umbrella of Bonafide Security Solutions. Several drivers from around the state of Wisconsin said, I want to join Team Bonafide. They are out in their community promoting a lot of great things. They're also racing all over the place, so it's great to see how Team Bonafide has come together. We have one gentleman behind the impetus of this and a couple of drivers hanging out with him we want to talk to right now on the Racing Roundup Show. Let's welcome back Mike Egan to the Racing Roundup Show from Bonafide Security Solutions, his son Nick Egan, and Max Kaler. Guys, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
I am stoked to be here, Mike. We've done this the last couple of years. We're out on the patio. We've got a dozen race cars. We've got a bunch of racers and families. This is kind of neat to bring the whole group together as you spend the whole year working and talking with them and promoting what they get to do on the racetrack.
It really is, and I couldn't be more proud of the effort they all put in.
When it comes to this, though, Mike, it's more than just I want to do this. I can tell you're very passionate about this. You're a racer. You want to help these racers, no matter the age, no matter the discipline. You want to make sure that they are getting support from you. This goes beyond just, yeah, I'll give you a couple bucks to sponsor your car. This is really going into something special.
Well, it really is. You know, I mean, when I started racing, you did everything yourself. You built your own cars. You went to the junkyard. You bought parts. You gutted them. You fixed them. You did the whole thing. And I think over the years, some of that's kind of gotten lost. So that's kind of what I really aim for is the younger people, the people who need some help. You know, it's more than just money. It's, you know, help with what do I do with the setup and what do I do with this and what do we do with tires and what would be a good next step somebody just asked me tonight for my son to do. You know, so we talk about all of those things. And the really cool part of it is the racers all help each other. So Aaron Kane broke a rear end, Hunter Cardinal borrowed him apart. You know, there's so many things that have happened over the years, or I'm going to a new racetrack, and what should I use for a setup? So somebody will say, well, this is what I run. And so it's really quite a dynamic, constantly changing thing.
And a friend of yours, John DeAndros, I know, is one of the drivers you continue to help support. But he also then probably gets a phone call every now and then from a kid going, hey, I'm running a Legends car at the Dells. I've never been there. What should I do for my gearing?
Right.
He'll go, hang on, kid. What are you driving again? That's kind of fun to have that kind of interaction. I'm sure you hear that all the time.
It really is. Little Johnny and his dad, John, we've been friends since we were kids. I mean, we grew up together. Big Johnny started helping me with the race car, back in the 80s. And, we were partners because who could afford it then? And you really can't afford it now.
And you're still racing.
And they're still racing, yeah.
Your son Nick's racing. Nick, what you been racing this year?
Absolutely. We've been running the super late a lot this year with a couple of scheduled pro late races, but they seem to keep getting canceled on us. But we got it out here today to show it off at least.
Looks great. Thanks for bringing the card on. You had something to do with that design, didn't you?
Absolutely.
You get to do that every day you get to do this?
Not every day anymore, but I still help out on the side. So I design a lot of the race cars around southeast Wisconsin and across the state too.
You grew up in this. It's a passion of yours. How much fun is it knowing your dad is just so energized and he's on your radio and he's way involved and then you're like, Dad, where are you going? I got to get this gear over to this guy. He just said I need a gear that you guys might have, so I'm taking it to him. And you got to line up for the heat race? Sorry, I got this to do. I mean, it's kind of neat that you're still passionate as he is.
Yeah, so I mean, my passion really came from him, right? I mean, I didn't really want to race when we started out. I mean, me and little Johnny were picking rivets out of the cracks of the garage floor for a long time before we ever thought we were going to be driving cars. And Johnny started in a little four-cylinder. I started in a Sportsman a couple years after that, and it blossomed together there today, and now we're running super lates against each other.
We got a couple drivers on the show that are gaining national attention. One of them sitting right next to me, Max Kaler, as a Kawicki driver development driver. You're one of 7 national drivers representing that brand, but you also got to be part of Team Bonafide. It's kind of cool that you're like, I want to get exposure, but I also want to know I can do more with what I'm available to do. What's it been like this summer being a Team Bonafide guy and a Kawicki driver development finalist?
Yeah, it's been really cool. It's kind of like two families. The Bonafide kind is kind of like a family. A big group chat with everyone in there, constantly, asking questions, what's going on. So it's really cool to be a part of that and be able to, do stuff like, collect keys for a good cause. So it's kind of like two families. The Kawicki driver development thing is also really cool to be a part of. Racing for Alan Kawicki and, kind of remembering him in good ways and doing everything that we do with the community service with Nicholas Ritchell Foundation and stuff. It's been a really awesome summer.
Yeah, that's part of the need or part of really the want you guys have. Tell us more about the aspect of what you get to do off the racetrack that helps your community as part of the KDDV program.
Yep. So we've been doing a lot with the Nicholas Ritchell Foundation. They're kind of like a Make-A-Wish organization, but they help target the kids that have missed out on the Make-A-Wish. That only goes to your 18 years old, so they kind of target the 18 to 24-year-olds.
Okay.
And help fulfill their final wish. So we've been doing a lot with them. Handing out doors, stuff like that, raffling stuff off. So that's been really awesome.
You brought a couple of hats to give away tonight. I know on occasion you've actually sold your hats and given that money to charity as well.
Yeah, we did that for a couple of months where all our merchandise sales went to Nicholas Ritchell Foundation.
That's really cool. Max Keller, Nick Egan hanging out with us. Mike Egan's here with us. And tonight's a big night for a number of reasons. Not only is Team Bonafide together, but this is the final night. They're all coming in with their buckets. They're not here to collect candy. They're here to drop off keys. Mike, you are in the security safe key in business. I mean, that's what bonafidesafe.com is all about, helping you keep your things secure, access codes and such. But you said, you know what, I want to do something for charity. I want to do something to help others, and it's about your business and how many people are rallying behind this now.
Well, it really is kind of cool, and admittedly, it was not my idea. It was Beth Kebix from Epic Media, or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
They do a lot of our marketing and Facebook marketing, and 4 or 5 weeks ago, she says, what do you guys do with all your used keys? I said, well, we throw them in a pile, and whatever, for every few years, we scrap them or throw them away or whatever. She says, what if we do a key drive? I said, well, what if we do a key drive and donate everything we collect to charity? So it kind of blew up, and then it became all of the Team Bonafide drivers were collecting keys. And I don't know how many 5-gallon pails we have here, but some friends of ours, Amanda Vanoski, she's a manager at Hans Ace Hardware. They got on board and collected keys. Tommy Elsinger, whose dad was a locksmith years ago, had a bunch of old keys in his basement that he donated. So it's really been awesome. And then all of the Team Bonafide drivers have been collecting keys. Slinger Speedway had a contest between all of the drivers at the racetrack to see who could collect the most keys. So it really kind of snowballed into this. And when I told the manufacturer's rep, Schlegel Lock Company, who everybody knows has Schlegel locks on their house just about, but I told them about it, and they said, well, we'll match it.
Whoa.
So I said, well, I'll match, or Bonafide will match, whatever we collect in scrap brass, which is all of this. And each of these buckets equates to between $500 and $1,000 a bucket.
Just in pure scrap metal?
Just in pure scrap metal.
Okay, wow.
So Bonafide is then going to double that. So whatever that final number is, and I'm going to guess it's going to be $3,000 or $4,000, we'll match that as Bonafide. And then Schleg lock company has agreed to match that.
Whoa!
So we're really, I feel like we have between $10,000 and $15,000 donation here to the MS Society.
Amazing. Hey, you guys, give yourselves a hand. This is all Team Bonafide coming together for this.
Thank
and
you,
it's just
everyone.
a word of
Appreciate
mouth. Absolutely. And this is just part of like, you know what? That makes sense. Thanks, Beth. Great idea.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, and it really just, like I said, snowballed, and everybody was donating keys and dropping keys off. We had customers coming into our store that would see our posts on Facebook and social media. They'd bring in a mason jar full of keys and say, I want to donate to this to the cause in this person's name. So we have a list of those people. So hopefully by the end of the week, we'll post what the actual total was and have an amount to tell everybody.
And who's benefiting from it, and why did you pick that charity?
Well, my wife doesn't like me to tell everybody.
Okay.
So I won't.
Okay.
MS Society is my pet peeve charity or favorite
Okay.
charity. So,
All right.
My wife has MS. She has for a long time, and so does her sister. So that's why we chose the MS Society is what it boils down to.
Wonderful. And I know that it's a family of racers here, but I can tell it means a ton to you and these guys. Max, how much fun is that knowing you're part of another cause-related effort where the Eagans are going to make sure a lot more people get experience maybe some great groundbreaking research because of what you guys get to do at the racetrack and hang out with friends and drop keys off.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I didn't realize there was that much there. Wow.
There's a lot.
I feel like we might be doing something. That's really cool.
Hey, I want a big hand for Mike Egan, Nick Egan, and Max Kaler for joining us here on the Racing Roundup Show. Bonafidesafe.com is where you want to go to find out all the great things they get to do as a business and how great they are in their communities all across the state of Wisconsin. We'll be right back with more on this edition of the Racing Roundup Show. TV's over.
TV's over.
There we go.
I didn't mean to break you up there, Mike. You drank that Busch Light, baby. You earned it.
Sorry, I get choked up.
It means a ton. I didn't know, and I'm glad you were able to tell us because I get choked up and I can't say a single thing, although I talk for a living. So pretty cool you get to do that.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it just happens. You know, it's part of life. I mean, everybody's got certain troubles that they have to work through in their life. You know, whether it's cancer or MS or I mean, a host of other things. You know, alcoholism. You know, drug addiction. I mean, it just. Sometimes it's tougher than others, you know, but you find a way to work on it and find a way to make it work for everybody.
Yeah. You know, and as you think about it, it's like racers can be pretty selfish, can't they?
They can be, but I'll tell you,
and then when it comes to like, hey, you know what, you need something? Yeah. That's when the light switch just turns right around.
Yeah, you can be, you know, rubbing on somebody and, you know, angry with how they drove you or whatever the case happens to be, and the next week they need a gear or they need a Oberg filter for their fuel thing, and you know everybody's right there to help each other. You know, a fuel line from Danny Fredrickson that we got the other day. So it's just racers are very passionate, I guess, and you know they help each other. We're all in this together. You know, it's the same for everybody.
Big time. On the track performance, we'll get to that right now with Nick Egan. Nick, how's your super late season going? I know you spent a couple summers ago traveling the country racing a late model. It's a really stiff competition. Did very well. What's it been like racing around home closer on a super late schedule?
It's honestly probably been just as hard, if not harder, because the talent level or the competition level in the state of Wisconsin is so high. And we've had a lot of struggles this year. We've wrecked a lot of stuff, broke a lot of stuff, but we're looking forward to the rest of the season and seeing what we can do to turn the thing around still.
Max Kaler, you've got a very fast super late, man. When you're on the racetrack, people know about it because you are right there battling for fast times and racing for feature wins. What's your season been like thus far?
It's been really good. Yeah, last couple of weeks we've been down at Grundy County Speedway. 2 weeks ago we ran won our first feature race down there of the year. So really looking forward to the rest of the year. You know, we've had a lot of second place finishes, a lot of third place finishes, but I think the rest of the year is going to be really good to us.
And what kind of stories come back to you? I know I've asked this for some other finalists over the years because it's now since 2015 with a Quickie Driver Development Program named after a guy from West Dallas, where we are right now at Lynch's. Grew up here, became a NASCAR champion, NASCAR Hall of Famer before his untimely passing in 93. He became a Hall of Famer in 2019. But what kind of stories are people just walking up saying, you know, you're in the pit stall that Alan was in when I beat him that night at the feature? I mean, those kind of things are probably popping up quite regularly, aren't they?
Yeah, there's a lot of stories, not just from fans, but from people on the Quickie Driver Development Program, you know, board and the people that help out. We, you know, have a lot of live meetings that we do with them, and they're always telling stories. And some stories are, you know, a lot more interesting than others, but they're always really cool.
Max, who are the sponsors that are supporting you this year, along with the Quickie Driver Program that you hope to win 7 times the amount they gave you to start the year?
Yeah, well, first of all, I got to thank Bonafide Security Solutions. You know, Retool of Rockford, Windsor Auto Sales, Cunis Auto Group, everyone else on board. We couldn't do it without them, so thank you.
And how about the crew, family?
Oh yeah, my mother, my girlfriend, my dad, everyone that helps out, week in and week out.
That's cool. Where's your next race?
Grundy County Speedway this Saturday.
All right. I was at Grundy County Speedway to call the ASA Midwest Tour race. Dean Strom and I were there. A hot day of practice. It rained out, and Dean said, you can't count it. He and Greg McCarnes got together and said, you haven't seen a race at Grundy yet. I like that place. It's kind of racy, but I can't say I've been there yet because I never saw a race there. Saw a practice session. That's it. So it's got to be fun. How many more nights do you think you got in at Grundy before you lock things up there and do some year-end special stuff?
I think right now it's just this Saturday. Then we'll be back for the Bettenhausen later in the year. But they've been doing a really good job down there. They're spraying the top side with their traction compound, and it just made it really, really racy. When we were there 2 weeks ago, we passed everyone on the high side, and it was kind of like, whoa, we're not used to this down here. So it's been really a lot of fun going down there and being able to kind of perfect our setup and get it dialed in for the Bettenhausen later in the year.
Where can we follow you on social, Max?
Max Kahler Racing.
All right, that's easy. Max Kahler Racing, Kahler, Max Kahler Racing. Nick, your turn. Talk about the support you have this year, racing that super late all over the place.
Yeah, so obviously Bonafide Security Solutions is the reason we started racing in the first place. But I got to thank Creative Construction, Kern Electric Company for coming on board this year and sponsoring the event, the 25th at Slinger Speedway for the Quickie Night. And
that's August 25th. That's coming up. That's next Sunday.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to that. And my cousin Hunter's going to be there. He works at Kern Electric, so it's a great night, and we're looking forward to that. And we got to thank Truck and Auto Elegance, Open Myers 41 Auto Body, Zeller Transportation, Ram Tool Incorporated, and everybody else that helps us out on the 13 and 89 cars.
You guys had a setback at the start of the year. How are things rolling now?
It's getting there. Unfortunately, we blew a motor up this past week, so we just dropped that off last night. We're still wondering what's going on with that and what the rest of the year entails. But there's always spare parts that we can find laying around, and we'll figure something out.
And, Mike, this is all possible because of the day job. Over 50 years in business as a family.
53.
And it's the largest locksmith in the state. 26 trucks are rolling, I think. Is that
not 26 trucks. 26 people we are.
26 people.
Yeah, we probably have 20-some trucks, but
yeah.
11 service trucks and then some semis and straight trucks and delivery trucks and whatnot. So we got a lot of iron.
I'm going to put you on the spot. What's the craziest thing that came across your desk in the last month saying, okay, I've got this safe. It's buried under my uncle's farmland, and I got to find a way to get the key to fit this lock because then that unlocks what else is going on. Anything crazy like that come across the desk in the last month? Because you guys do a little of everything.
It really happens every day.
Okay.
People only call us when they have a problem.
Okay.
Their safe's locked up, their door doesn't open, their access control doesn't work, their video cameras aren't working. So really, people call us when they have troubles. So that's really where we spring into action is with our service department.
But I also see you guys doing some really nice installs in some huge businesses. You guys are like locked in, ready for any size job.
Yeah. I mean, most of our business is commercial, and but we do residential, and we do everything from a simple key for a desk to access control for 150 or 200 doors at a university, and kind of everything in between.
Well, we appreciate your support. Thanks for being part of our program. BonafideSafe.com is where you want to go. This is Team Bonafide Night. Again, how about a nice hand, please, for Nick Egan, his dad, Mike, over there, and Max Kahler, guys. Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Really appreciate it. Thank you guys each. Make sure you sign our Bob Schrader sign around our backdrop as well. Celebrating our 40th season of the show. We could not do this show without great sponsors like Bonafide Security Solutions. And the sponsors you'll hear from next as we have more drivers to talk to, more results. Dean Strom on the way with Bonafide Security Solutions Short Track Report. We do that every show, by the way. We'll be right back after these words at Danny Lynch's. Hang out with us at Highway 100 Lincoln. We'll be right back.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Adams Towing offers expert heavy-duty towing services for the entire state of Wisconsin from their Plover headquarters. Since 1961, 3 generations of heavy-duty towing specialists and racing supporters have provided towing, flatbed, and reload service, plus winching and upright, long boom service, truck starting, and cleanup. Adams Towing proudly sponsors Ryan Farrell's Super Late Model team. Put Adams Towing and their experienced team and their fleet of heavy-duty tow trucks and rollbacks to work for you. Call Adams Towing today at 715-344-3836.
Get your whole family involved in affordable, competitive kart racing at Millwright Raceway in Dousman, Wisconsin, home of the Badger Kart Club. Walk the pit area, talk to racers, and check out the action from the grandstands. There's a play area for the kids and great food at the concession stand. Spectator admission is free. Badger Kart Club Points Racers and National Touring Series race on the challenging paved road course most Sundays from April through September. Badger Kart Club is well established and well respected. There's 15 classes and over 100 drivers racing every week. From ages 5 to 75, kart racing offers competition for generations of racers of all ages. Bring the kids and check out kart racing for yourself at one of America's finest kart tracks. This is where Alan Kowicki, Danica Patrick, Sam Mayer, and Josh Palicki got their start. Millwright Raceway is just south of I-94 in Dousman, 35 miles west of Milwaukee, and 45 miles east of Madison. For all the latest information, directions, and race schedule, visit BadgerKartClub.com.
ARR has been recycling for over 80 years and is here to help. Take them your recyclable metals and they'll pay you cash. ARR buys aluminum, brass, copper, lead, and steel. And attention contractors, ARR has a bonus program just for you that puts more cash in your pocket. And who doesn't like more cash? Find their full list of accepted materials at ARR1938.com. ARR with locations in West Allis and Waukesha. If you have questions, give them a call. 414-321-4134. ARR Recycling since 1938.
427-1000 American Foundation. Cracks and leaks in your basement, have no fears. We've been fixing those things for over 60 years. Trust and dedication, that's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
When we decided to get our crack leaky basement done, I am so glad we called American Foundation. It gave us a sense of confidence, and it gave us our basement back.
And it was the right choice.
Thank you very much. American Foundation Specialist has been fixing basements since 1947. Satisfied customers are the future at American. Call American for huge savings at
427-1000 American Foundation.
Precise Auto and Truck Accessories is your one-stop shop when it comes to adding style and functionality to your vehicles. Owner and late model racer Mike Grunberg has 15 years of experience installing window tinting, cat skin leather, seat heaters, and seat coolers. There's a million accessories available. Ladder racks, trailer hitches, detailing, remote starters, and more. Precise Auto and Truck Accessories in Wisconsin Dells is a WeatherTech Diamond dealer. Bring your vehicle to the trusted guy, Mike Grunberg at Precise Auto and Truck Accessories.
The Racing Roundup Show is dedicated to showcasing grassroots racers and national stars of our sport. If you're a fan of NASCAR, four-wheel, two-wheel, road racing, drag racing, or the short track scene, you are in the right place. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, on this beautiful Tuesday evening in August. Join us anytime you like. Danny Lynch's has a bunch of great TVs inside. He's got frozen pizza that makes it a really delicious thin crust pizza. Great beverages, great fun. They got bands here actually the weekend of August 23rd, 24th, 25. Danny Lynch is under this very tent on the back side of their location at Lincoln and Highway 100. This is a cool rockin' band shell. They'll be doing one last big weekend, August 23, 24, 25. Find Lynch's-West Allis on Facebook to find the lineup. You can come on down and enjoy any sporting event, any race on their many TVs. It's a bunch of fun having Joey Lynch host us once again. Longtime supporters of racing and the Racing Roundup Show. They sponsor Colin Skinjaleski's car, which is here out front. He's got some shirts to give us away as well. So thank you, Colin, for bringing down your Dirt Grind National. David Paskewicz brought his modified. The modified van is out front if you didn't see that when you're driving by. Thank you to Jackson Peters for bringing down his Micro Sprint. Tyler Macher brought his late model. Lincoln Kane brought his Legends car. Grant Griesbach drove to victory at Kaukauna last Tuesday night in the Wisconsin International Raceway. Dixieland 35 presented by Ken Sports. And wouldn't you know it, that winning truck, thank you to Scott Lynch, the owner of the truck, is here. The trophy's here, and the checkered flag sticking out of the top of the trophy, yeah, that's here too. It's right on the curb here by the bus stop at Lincoln and Highway 100. We also want to thank Mike Egan and Nick Egan for bringing down their super late model. Hunter Carter brought that number 45 Legends car. We'll talk to him about here in a bit. We also want to thank Mason and Marcus Obermeyer for bringing their Bandoleros down. They're a little bit south of the corner, so if you're coming from the south side, you'll see the Bandos of the Obermeyer brothers on the right-hand side. Also want to thank Rick Riedick-Techman for bringing down his late model as well. Lots to cover, lots to chat about, and it's a great show to have you join us. We have great giveaways after the program as well. We'll be back next Tuesday at Polly's Pub and Eatery. For right now, we're heading right back to our D'Angelo's Construction Roadshow here at Danny Lynch's at the corner of Lincoln and Highway 100. It's Team Bonafide Night, Bonafide Security Solutions. They protect what you value, bonafidesafe.com. This portion of the show is brought to you by BMRE Electric Carts in Random Lake, now selling street-legal golf carts. Brad Miller is Wisconsin's only Icon electric cart dealer and has in-stock inventory and customizing options available right now on his Facebook page. BMRE Electric Carts Company. Icon e-bikes go 25 miles per hour and 25 miles between charges, and be cooler on a BMRE electric scooter. You guys got plenty of those in stock as well. You pick the color. Find them on Facebook, BMRE Electric Carts Company. And if you want to win 2 Primo race tickets to both the NTT IndyCar Series races on Labor Day weekend at the Milwaukee Mile, we have those for you. You can enter via email to win weekend passes, including great seats in row 38 for August 31st and September 1st. Those are 2 races in 2 days, IndyCars at the Milwaukee Mile, the Hy-Vee 250s IndyCar Series race. Send your email entry to racingroundup@gmail.com. racingroundup@gmail.com. Subject line, win IndyCar tickets. It's that easy. We'll pick a winner closer to the race time, but we'll give you some 2 sets of cool Primo seats for Saturday and Sunday of the Hy-Vee 250s at the Milwaukee Mile. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show. We're hanging out with some Team Bonafide drivers. Dean Strom joins us as well. Dean, thanks for being on the program as always and your contributions.
Thanks for having me, Jim.
Between us, we've got a couple of rising stars when it comes to racing in Wisconsin. Let's welcome in Tyler Ramaka and Lincoln Kane. Guys, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having us.
2 more Team Bonafide drivers. Dean, you get to watch a lot when you're at Slinger Speedway or short tracks around the area. These guys are coming on, aren't they?
It's fun to watch them. And, Jim, I love first-time winners. The passion that you get, the emotion that you get after, in some cases, years of trying. It's really pretty cool. It's pretty raw, and it's really pretty exciting. And we have 2 first-time winners here tonight. Both happened on a Sunday night at Slinger Super Speedway. Tyler Ramatka, after 9 years of trying, you pick up that first feature win. How did that feel?
Yeah, it felt pretty good. 9 years is a long time.
But you grew up in this. Your dad was racing for a long time. You guys, I mean, it all comes together where you were learning. You were watching your dad race. You couldn't help but help him in the shop, and then he's helping you. It's got to be something that I think at the time, like a week after, you said, I still can't believe I won.
I still can't believe it to this day, but it was pretty cool to do. It was cool to back it up with a second one 2 weeks later, too.
It's funny how the first one takes 9 years to get, and then the second one, just a couple weeks later. Nothing to it, right?
They were both hard to do, but no, it was really cool to do both of them.
The late model class at Slinger Super Speedway is one of the most competitive because it takes a long time. It seems like the rules are very equal, and you guys have to really work at it. And it doesn't seem like those races are like long enough at times, right? Sometimes they get a little long when it comes to cautions, but when you guys get rolling laps, man, it's like, okay, when's that lane going to clear? When's that lane going to get a chance? And you had a chance now twice to bag the big win.
I don't know. Both of them I was leading the whole thing for, so I couldn't wait for it to be over.
But you've also been on the other end for 8 and 3/4 years as well,
Yep.
going, hey, man, I got to get there. I got a better car.
Yep.
I can't get there. Or I got to change one thing to get the outside of that guy.
Yeah, sometimes you need some more laps.
What's it been like for you and the competitors now that you have won races and you are competing every week? You're not just one of the guys. You're not one of the guys to beat.
No, it's pretty cool. A lot of respect from everyone. Another thing that's cool is me, Zach, and Ryan all have 2 wins at Slinger this year, so that's pretty cool to have my name in that bracket there. So,
Zach Prunty is a guest that'll be on the program as well. He's also a Team Bonafide driver racing in the late model division. So you guys get to compete against late Team Bonafide guys on occasion too, don't you? I mean, do you guys have that group text that we're talking about? Do you guys have that friendship to a point because you're Team Bonafide guys?
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I run everyone with respect that they give me, so that's how I go about it. I don't like running into guys. I give them the room that they give me, and then they usually give it back.
That's Tyler Maka, Lincoln Kane. I watched you race your Bandolero. Now you got a Legends car. I love the idea how much you guys care about how they look. Mm-hmm. But man, that thing's been fast since you got in the Legends car. Was it 2 years ago now?
Yeah, this is my second year in the Legend.
What's it been like?
Well, I mean, it's been full of ups and downs, but it's been a really positive experience so far.
And Dean, when they roll into Slinger, that's usually the second or third night of racing that these Legends guys do and gals, because it's a really cool traveling circuit, if you will, through Wisconsin, through Minnesota, through Iowa on a given weekend. But you know when they're there, they mean business.
And these Legends cars, for the horsepower to weight ratio, is just off the charts. I mean, we've had Hall of Famers. I've had Hall of Famers tell me that they're not easy to drive. These things are wicked. But Lincoln, you get your first feature win a few weeks ago at the Slinger Super Speedway, and you won Friday night at Madison. You're on a little bit of a roll here.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing pretty well this season. I mean, that win at Slinger was just amazing. I mean, that's my only second win ever at Slinger, and it was just incredible to win there.
How many nights do you end up racing in a given summer? How many have you already put in here now mid-August?
I want to say we have about 20 races in so far this year, but depending weekend to weekend, we've raced between 2 races, but you'll have some people that are crazy that race 4 times a weekend, like Thursday through Sunday.
And what's your schedule like on a given weekend? Are you doing 2 or 3 a weekend, or just focusing on 1 or 2 tracks?
Sometimes usually 1, but we've done 2 before. We've done Del Slinger before. We've done Madison, Jefferson.
All right. What's the upcoming schedule for you, Lincoln?
The upcoming schedule is we're racing Saturday at Jefferson, I believe Sunday at Slinger next. We're not next week, but the week after.
All right. Lots going on. And, Dean, when it comes to watching these guys win, and you get a chance to be on the microphone, you get the chance to see them in the pits, you get a chance to hang with them before, during, and after the races, what's it like when these guys pull off the first win, or when you see that veteran walking down saying, hey, nice job, kid?
Well, first-time winner, as you know, Jim, it almost seems like Tyler said, almost surreal. And sometimes they're not sure what to do. I've already had a first-time winner take the Hoosier neck band and try to put it around their head like it was a headband because they hadn't been through it before,
yeah.
Right? But just the emotion that you get from a first-time winner, it's oftentimes just so raw and so true and so genuine. It's really fun to see.
And what we like to do on our show, we've been doing this for 40 years, is highlight and showcase local drivers of all disciplines. Could be a national driver like we'll have next week. We'll talk to Christian Eckes, who won the regular season for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. We'll talk to him on live video. But I enjoy the fact we get a chance on this show to continue to highlight drivers like these two. So when I say that, I mean it with conviction. Lincoln, who's all behind what you get to do and go racing with when it comes to sponsors and family help?
I mean, my entire family is amazing. I mean, my dad, my grandpa, my crew chief, my sister, and my grandma for letting my grandpa work on the car. But all of our great sponsors, of course, Bonafide Security Solutions, Falls Auto Parts, BAM.
Is anybody else, like a high school buddy or anybody that's going to be like the neighbor kid down the street that rode the bicycle by and said, hey, what's going on?
Not really, just
right.
Mostly family.
Got it. Go by over here. He's racing. You can't miss the paint job. It's really cool that you've got that shiny wheels and the car sitting right out front here at Danny Lynch's on Team Bonafide Night. Tyler, who you have help supporting you?
I got my buddy Casey, Scotty Koch that does my motors, Andy spots for me. Another high school friend, Nick Martin. My cousin Justin, Todd that used to be with my dad, Daryl who just started helping us from, he travels from Peoria every week to come help us, and another buddy Jeff, and then of course my dad.
And you got the sponsors that are sitting right here with you. I mean, it's
yeah,
cool.
of course, Bonafide Security Solutions, Fireplace Limited, Mobile Repair Guys, NVR Racing Engines, Pioneer Bowl, IBEW 494, Weimer Barron and Transmission, and Town and Country Beverage Dispensers.
It's great to see you guys here. You had just some wins this year. I expect a few more out of you guys, all right? We have a little mojo here, a little rub-off here on the Racing Roundup show. How about a big hand for these two guys? Thank you, Lincoln Kane. Thank you, Tyler Maka and Dean Strong for all his contributions in all things racing. We'll be right back with more on this edition of the Racing Roundup show. Cheesy smile over. Time to get back to business.
Tyler, you can put the beer and the sunglasses back up here, all right?
Lincoln, you can't do that yet. You got a few years yet, right?
How old are you, Lincoln?
I'm 15.
15.
So school's starting pretty quick.
Yeah.
How's that gonna cut into your racing and prep time with Grandpa?
Well, I already have a job during the summer, so it's kind of tough to work on the car.
All right.
Working 30 hours a week already, so it's tough.
So you got a little less time to worry about. Like work, there might be less school. You're saying, hour to hour in a given week. Don't tell the teachers that. That's pretty cool. Tyler, what do you get to do during the week? You guys, I'm sure you and your dad are always messing with that race car.
Oh, yeah. As much as my girlfriend doesn't like it, I'm in the shop probably 5 times a week, so. Outside of work.
Yeah. And you race just at Slinger right now, right?
Slinger, and then we got some select Big 8 races right now. I think we chose 4 to run, just because we didn't know when we were going to finish the traveling car, so.
Okay. But you have done quite a bit of Big 8 racing.
In the past, yeah.
Yeah.
We ran Hawkeye Downs this year so far, and Wausau for the Degens Memorial.
Gotcha. I'm guessing Slinger is still your favorite racetrack.
Yeah, it's kind of sad to see Wausau go. I think that was a tight second, though. I really like Wausau.
State Park Speedway in Wausau in its final season. Just ran the big Larry Bishop Memorial at the end of July. Lincoln, you get to race a bunch of different places. What was your favorite track in a Bando? And what's your favorite track now in a Legends car?
In a Bando, I definitely have to say Slinger, because Slinger's one of those tracks you just got to take your balls and put them on the dashboard and let that thing rip.
We're not on TV anymore, can you tell? How about the Legends car?
In the Legend, I really like Jefferson.
All right.
It's one of my better tracks, so got to like it.
And where do you want to be 2 or 3 years from now?
Hopefully racing a late model if we can, but
Okay.
the Legend's really nice, and if anyone wants to give us an opportunity for any other cars to drive.
All right.
Contact us.
Yeah. You know, I saw Mike Rose, who has an American Super Cup. He's actually doing some road course racing with it. Would that entice you as well? Because Legends cars are really big when it comes to road course and dirt oval. There's a lot of different ways you can run those things.
Yeah, I'd love to try road course racing, dirt racing, just racing in general.
So for those who may not know, Legends car, okay, this one looks like this one, this one looks like this one. But when it comes to setups, you are kind of limited, but you really have to maximize what you can change on those cars. How has your learning process been now, after a few years now in the Legends car?
It's really interesting just finding out, like, sort of a philosophy depending on the setups from track to track. If certain tracks are flatter but faster, you have to change springs compared to track.
And how good are you doing that? Or are you just telling your grandpa, this is what I think I might want?
Oh, well, my dad does a lot of the setup stuff because he's got a genius brain in his head with his, like, weaponized autism or something.
We are quotable tonight on the Racing Roundup show, I'll tell you that right now. Dean, it's got to be a bunch of fun seeing these guys work as hard as they do, and they just have that family surrounding them the entire time as well.
Well, you know what? Tyler made the crew work pretty hard the other night, blew the engine up in practice, and then what'd they do? They went home, the crew went home and got the spare car for you?
That's right, yeah. We were going out to scuff and started the car up, and something didn't seem right, so we kind of grouped together, and none of us even thought for a second about loading up and leaving, and so we put the car off to the side, pulled the shocks out of it, took the truck and trailer back to the shop, picked up the travel car, put the shocks in it, brought it back, and we made it in time just as the heat was rolling out. So we rolled out with the heat race to see what we had. Car was a million miles off the ground. It was not really that good, but we passed a couple cars and then kind of got it dialed in for the feature. I don't exactly remember where we started, but somewhere around 18th, 20th, we got up to 6th, and then we lost the right rear tire, and then that kind of ended our night. I parked it up in 1 and 2, and just to save the car from spinning out in front of the field, and when I pulled off, we were docked a lap for it, so that kind of ended the night. But we put a tire on and went back out, and I didn't care. I'd pass as many cars as I could with what I had. I was just there to race that night.
Guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for being on the show. Wish you the best of luck the rest of the season, and thanks for living the battles with us, because Dean sees a bunch of them, so you can't get too much past us, because Dean's there every Sunday night. Mm-hmm. Thanks, you guys, for coming on the show. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Dino, what do you say we talk about some short track racing? The Bonafide Security Solutions Short Track Report.
Sounds good, Jim. Grab a Snickers. Bonafide Security Solutions brings us the Short Track Report. For cameras, alarm systems for your home or business, program card access, custom-made security doors, on-call locksmith work, and more, it's a lock. Support the racers at Team Bonafide by calling 262-790-9400 or go online at bonafidesafe.com. Bonafide protects what you value. You talked about it a little bit, Jim. Grant Griesbach, congratulations. First Midwest Truck Series victory last Tuesday night at WIR in Kaukauna. The driver of the Team Bonafide number 60 Lynch Racing truck had a great race with Brad Miller at BMRE Electric
Sure
Kart
did.
Fame.
That was amazing.
They were running side by side. It was a lot of fun to watch. Bryce Miller was third, Chester Ace fourth, and another Team Bonafide driver, tonight's show guest Brandon Reichenberger, finished fifth and now takes over the championship point lead in the Midwest Truck Series. Results from Wisconsin International Raceway are brought to you by Ken Sports in Kaukauna and Green Bay. Ken Sports is Wisconsin's largest power sports dealer. Home of the best names in fun, new and used, two wheels, on the road, trail riding, or on the water. Visit kensports.com and kensportsgreenbay.com. Gandrud Auto Group 250 for the ASA Midwest Tour was a race of survival this past Tuesday night. The night ended with Ty Majeski being declared the winner, as apparent winner Gabe Summers had a non-approved tire on his car and was docked a lap for not having 4 of the original 6 race tires on the car. The emergency tire was placed on Summers' machine under caution after he made contact with Luke Fenhouse's spinning car on the back straightaway, which resulted in a cut right front tire. The race-changing accident started on a race restart when Fenhouse and Majeski, the 2 leaders at the time, connected off of turn 2 and jammed up the field. Bill Holland will have coverage on this race night coming up later on in the show in his In the Groove segment. CK Contractors LLC.com brings us to Wilmot Raceway in Wisconsin New England Sprints coverage. Hire the pros at CK Contractors for Lake Michigan shore restoration, lot grading, excavation, retention pond building, and more. Visit ckcontractorsllc.com to learn more. Sunday night at Slinger Super Speedway, Zach Prunty took the lead from Evan Hassler with 6 to go and then held off a spirited challenge from 13th starting Ryan Gutnick to win the 50-lap late model feature. Feature win was Prunty's second of the season. Jake Schraffnagel won the 35-lap Sportsman main event, while Nathan Lemberger bested Brandon Meneke to claim the 25-lap Slinger Bees headliner. Our Slinger Super Speedway coverage brought to you by Ricardo's Pizza, located in downtown Greendale since 1970. Ricardo's is owned by racer Richie Locke and his family. Ricardo's Pizza takes pride in their dough made fresh daily. Fresh produce, signature sauce, and the best Wisconsin cheeses. Order the best at ricardosgreendale.com. There is no racing Sunday night, Jim, at the Slinger Super Speedway as Slamfest takes center stage on Saturday night. Madison International Speedway this past Friday night, Davey Pennell won the Midwest Dash feature, while Waylon Robinson won the Hobby Stock headliner. Kyle Riedner victorious in the Bandits. This Friday night at MIS, it's already, can you believe it? It's Finks Paving Championship night, with double features in the late models, misfits, six-shooters, and the High School Racing Association. Visit misracing.com for more information. Congrats go out to Daniel Robinson for his win Sunday night at Angel Park Speedway in the AFS Badger Midget Series action. Mike Mullen was crowned king of the Wabam Dirt Kings Tour after his feature win. Jeff Schmuel topped the IMC Modifieds in Sun Prairie. This coming Thursday night at WIR, Fox River Racing Club, honoring longtime racer Jim Dukow, the Duke of WIR, with a special night of racing where the top 5 drivers in points at the end of the night all earn bonus money from Great Lakes testing. Kyle Larson won his 3rd Knoxville Nationals, Jim, and pocketed a cool $190,000 on Saturday night. That's big money.
Yeah, and guess what? We have a celebrity amongst us.
What? Who?
So at Knoxville Raceway, they have a fan tent.
Okay.
And our a guy who's never missed a show, I don't think, in a long time, Bob Kolinsky, was at Knoxville, walks up to the tent, and this gal says, hey, how long have you been coming? He said, 35 years to the Knoxville National. She said, you are our fan of the night. Bob's here tonight. He got a chance to be on the jumbo screen.
Nice.
They talked about him. He got a nice blanket from the World of Outlaws. So congrats to Bob Kolinsky and the IRA Fossils. They went to Knoxville. He got recognized for 35 years ago in the Knoxville National. So we have some serious diehards here. We'll talk to Jeff Wessel with HRP, Hefner Racing Products, next week. He was at Knoxville, too. So pretty cool that we got all that fun, and we all bring it back here, and we got some giveaways thanks to the Tchotchke Island giveaways at Knoxville to give away at the show next week as well.
We also need to congratulate Anderson Pure Maple Syrup sponsor Bill Balog, locked into Saturday night's A-Main on his prelim night.
Huge with the capital Hugh, as I like to call it.
Yep. Finished 18th in the main event, but just to make that show is pretty cool. A Live for 5 Super Late Model Series back in action this past Saturday night at Dells Raceway Park. Defending series champion Luke Fenhouse grabbed the lead right around the halfway mark in the 125-lapper. Survived several challenges on restarts. Picked up a cool $5,000. Big winner's paycheck. Gabe Summers led early and finished second. Third and fourth went to Adams Towing-sponsored Ryan Farrell, who shares Oak Creek Automotive as a sponsor with fifth-place finisher Jeff Storm. Casey Johnson, sixth. He has a 3-point lead over Summers and a 4-point lead over Ty Fredrickson with 1 race to go in the Alive for 5 series at Dells Raceway Park, which is, of course, following 150 on October the 19th. Our DRP coverage sponsored by Diamond Wheels, proud sponsor of the weekly Fast Dash Points, your destination for stock car, road racing, autocross, beadlock wheels for off-road and dirt track, custom chrome finish wheels, and more is DiamondRacingWheels.com. That's DiamondRacingWheels.com. This Saturday at Dells Raceway Park, R&R Doors Night, full weekly point show for the late models, modified sportsman, Wisconsin Sport Truck, Sixer Nation, and the High School Racing Association. Next up at Wilmot Raceway, racing during the fair.
Tomorrow night. I
love racing during the fair.
Saturday night.
As Jim said, it starts tomorrow night. Saturday night, IRA Outlaw Sprints joined by Wingless and Lightning Sprints. Pack in the house during the fair. There's combine demo derbies, tractor pulls mixed in other nights of the fair, WilmotRaceway.com. Saturday night was the final dirt late model race of the 6th scheduled at the Plymouth Dirt Track. The owner of BMRE Electric Carts is now a 6-time track champion. That, of course, is Brad Miller's season championship, while Nick Anvelink won the feature race. It was announced today, Jim, that the Gateway Dirt Nationals inside the St. Louis Dome has been re-signed through 2027.
Cool.
That December dirt late model and modified event quickly becoming must-see TV. And an update on the 2024 World of Outlaws late model race that was washed out at Wilmot Raceway. It will not be rescheduled. Refunds are available, and tickets will be honored next year, July 28th, 2025, when the World of Outlaw Late Model Series makes its debut at Wilmot Raceway.
Dean, where are you going to be this Saturday night?
I am going to be at Hawkeye Downs Speedway, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, ASA Midwest Tour, covering the race for Track TV.
And I'll be Saturday night in Owasso Speedway, Owasso, Michigan, carrying the ASA Stars National Tour.
Covering it for?
TrackTV.com.
Wow.
And that'll be taped delayed on MAV TV.
How are we going to watch both?
Well, you get a chance to watch both on TrackTV.com because you can watch one live and one on demand, or have two accounts. I don't know. It's going to be kind of cool. And the car count's great. There's 18 cars at Hawkeye Downs, but, man, there's 4 different states represented. You got some really good cars that don't show up to all the Midwest Tour races, so that'll be kind of cool to see how that plays out. And the ASA Stars, they got the Stars coming to Michigan on Cup Weekend. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, also to say,
have fun.
Yeah, you too.
Okay.
You too. And happy birthday, Dean. Hey, brothers Tom and John DiPiazza stopped by for a cold brew. They've been paying their racing budget with, winning some money in bracket racing, drag racing that is. And the DiPiazza brothers invite everybody to their dad's memorial race this weekend at Byron Dragway in Illinois. This weekend at Great Lakes Dragway in Union Grove, there's fun racing Friday and Saturday. Import Wars on Sunday, August 18th. And then bracket racing the next weekend, August 23, 24, 25. Bracket racing Saturday and Sunday for all classes and the juniors, as well as Friday racing as well. So check it out. GreatLakesDragAway.com is the website to find all things cool and drag racing at Great Lakes Dragway, another great supporter of the Racing Roundup Show. And when it comes to support, man, we can't do this without Team Bonafide and Bonafide Security Solutions. We got a chance to talk to 3 more drivers here in this segment. Yeah, there's a lot of drivers we're talking to. We're going to smile for that guy because he'll take a picture with the Facebook posting and make it all look magical. My son Sam's doing that right now. We're going to introduce you to 3 more drivers on Team Bonafide. Let's give a big hand to these 3 guys: Mitch Haver, Scott Lynch, and Rick Riedick-Tackman. Guys, thanks for coming on the show. Appreciate it. Rick, welcome back to the show. It's the first time I've seen you since you were in the Elko Speedway ARCA Menard Series race. You're looking good in that car, man. That's got to be a bunch of fun racing with the ARCA National guys and gals.
Yeah, that was a ton of fun, and that led us to another opportunity that on Saturday night we ran Tri-City Raceway out in West Richland, Washington.
How'd that go?
It was pretty good. We were a little bit behind the 8 ball. Totally new racetrack. We didn't have any notes for the place. Most of the teams didn't. A couple of guys had super late model experience there, but nobody with ARCA cars. So we were all pretty much on the same playing field. It's a tough, abrasive, tri-oval track, so that was it was something new for everybody. And we were running inside the top 10 for a while. We had a scuffle at one point, put us behind the 8 ball, but we rallied back. We finished 12th.
Nice, good job. It's kind of cool knowing you got all these opportunities, but you guys work really hard at getting these. You and your dad and the entire group you're with, because it takes work, and people don't know how much work you guys actually do on different race cars to get these chances.
Yeah, we do a ton. We've been building cars for Brad Smith in the ARCA Menard Series. I got my first start with his team last year at Milwaukee, and there's talks of another opportunity there, so we're trying to figure stuff out so that maybe we can run there in a week or 2.
And how are you representing Team Bonafide when it comes to short track racing around Wisconsin?
We're running weekly in Greg Beebe's limited late model at Slinger Speedway.
How you been doing?
We've been doing pretty good. We're getting used to a new car and getting everything figured out there. It's totally different than anything I've ever run before. But we've clicked off a couple of top 10s, a couple of heat race wins now, and we're in a points battle right now for Rookie of the Year. So it's been pretty good there. And then we've run a handful of Mid-Am races, and until we went to Madison last week, we haven't been outside of the top 3 with them. But it's been a good season with that car, and it's been pretty awesome.
Racing for the lead at Madison, then things all went haywire, and I saw you the next night at Elko going, yep, here to run ARCA. It's kind of cool. You get to just move on. Don't worry about it a whole week. You got a day to worry about it, and you got a next race to run.
Yeah, pretty much. Just new car, new day, and time to do something different. So, and we had a really good run at Elko until we got bounced and put a hole in the oil cooler, which ended our night early. But we were racing inside the top 10. We definitely showed that that small team, Rise Motorsports, has been absolutely great, and Mix Buchanan Foundations for making everything possible for these last 2 races in the ARCA Menard Series.
Yeah, it's been cool to watch you race that. Yeah,
we run up front and showed that small teams can run up front there, so it's been pretty awesome.
Big time indeed. Scott Lynch sitting next to you. Scott, you got a truck out here. It's got a big trophy, a big checkered flag hanging off the top of that. Congrats on the big win at Kaukauna with your driver, Grant Griesbach. It had to be pretty rewarding for you guys.
Yeah, it was a great night for all of us. Racing with Brad Miller, I didn't expect anything different out of Brad. Race is very clean. A lot of restarts, a lot of yellows going on there, but we ended up capitalizing at the end.
I happened to be by Brad's hauler when Grant Griesbach and the guys walked by, and he said, "Hang on." Brad said, "Wait a minute." Walked in the hauler, came out this little itty-bitty trophy. I said, "Here you go, Grant." And he said, "What? Something special or some special kind of winner or something?" It's kind of neat that you guys get along, but it was certainly hard racing and fun to watch.
Yeah,
Great relationship you guys have.
Yeah, it was a great night for all of us. We needed that win really bad. So.
And you got Team Bonafide with you.
Right.
You got one driver this year versus a handful last year. It's got to be neat focusing on his setups, what he likes, and going for the full season in Midwest Trucks.
Yes, it really helps with that. Last year we were between all the drivers. It was a lot of work preparing the truck with all the different weights, moving lead around, and then everybody's characteristics of what they wanted. So, it was a lot more than I thought it was going to be, but we made it through it.
So you have the T-shirts made up yet? Brad Miller in his post-race interview called your driver Pork Chop. Nice job, Pork Chop. Give it up for Pork Chop.
Well, I guess I'm used to them calling him Grease Barrel. So.
We're stepping up. We're talking a different food group. The kind you eat, not the kind that's left over that you got to put somewhere after you done making the food. Who's helping you on the truck, that number 60 truck you got this year?
My brother-in-law, John Weinkoff, is a big help. Him and I basically do it together. I have Conrad Morgan helping me. Andrew Morrissey is helping out. So I have obviously a lot of other people in the background that are helping or sponsors. I don't really like to call them sponsors. I like to call them supporters, so.
It's really cool you got all that behind you.
Yeah.
Really neat. Mitch Haver joining us. Mitch, you got a lot going on.
Yep.
Talk about your season. I saw you in Florida in February, man. It's been a long year already for you.
Yeah, it has. Went down to February. That was a good experience. We went down last year for the first time, and second time this year I went a lot better driving in the super lates. A lot, I'd say, more respectable drivers and cleaner racing and a lot more learning that actually happened. So that was good to start the year off. We came back on a high note, running inside the top 10 down there. And, started off a little rough this year, and we're hoping to turn it around towards the end of the year. But I'm pretty proud that we've been showing up with a competitive car each week. Just haven't put all the puzzle pieces together to have one of those great finishes yet.
When it comes to racing, though, it takes a lot of preparation. You've got some help behind you as well.
Yep. My dad, a lot. Reed Racing Enterprises, all their help getting parts, and Travis Dassaw setting up the cars with us. They've all been a huge help and helping me get the cars set up and the right way and all the adjustments at the track. I always got someone to call or help figure out the car with.
Which, when's your next race?
Labor Day at Plover with the Tundra Series.
Okay. Mixing things up. How many race nights do you think you got left in the season? That if you schedule it out now, 4, 5, 6 nights?
I think 5 or 6 altogether, but a couple on a weekend. Like the National Short Track at the Dells, we're going to race the Saturday Big 8 and Sunday Super Late Show.
Cool.
And then Oktoberfest, we're racing 3 nights there. So.
All right. A lot of racing left.
Yeah.
Any sponsors that you want to thank?
Yeah. Obviously, Bonafide for putting this on and letting me be a part of such a great group. And Progress Manufacturing, Reed Racing, Forte Bank, Cousin Subs, Green Swan Hemp Company, Tagged and Bagged, Bauman Tax and Services, TD Graphics, and Advanced Engine Concepts.
Cool. We wish you all the best this season, man. Still going.
Oh, wait. I also want to thank all the people on my crew.
Yeah, good idea.
I want to thank my sister, Natalie, and her husband, Austin, and obviously my parents, my girlfriend for letting me do this all, and my Uncle Rob. He's been a great help. And anyone else that shows up to help on a weekly basis.
Yeah, cool. And I'm glad you got them in. I didn't mean to cut you short.
No,
I'm glad you're like, hang on. I'm driving home by myself or walking. I got to get that out there. Thanks, Mitch, for being on the show. Scotty, who's helping you on that 60 truck all year?
I have Angler's Bar and Campground helping out. Town and Country Beverage, All Pro Asphalt, Lawford Trucking, Jaws, Easy Dealers, Victory Graphics, Oak Creek Automotive, CJ Painting, obviously Bonafide. Thank you, Mike. Bailings, 5-Star, Motor Masters, AJ Small Engine, Steel Tank Brewery, Tim's Auto Parts, Andrew Morrissey, Joe Wood from Pathfinder. And I also want to thank my family for helping out with the truck. My wife, my son, and my daughter all help out with the truck. during the week. So,
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Keep it rolling, man. Bag another one. Nice job, Scotty. Okay, Rick, you're on my closest now. You get to go last. Who do you want to thank that you haven't thanked already?
Man, I got to thank Bonafide Security Solutions bringing me on the team this year. The team has been absolutely great. Mike Egan's been an awesome help all season long. Anytime I've had questions with the late model, it's been instant answers. Andy Haver and the Haver family with Progress Manufacturing, they've been awesome in helping me with all my racing endeavors the last few years. So I've been driving their mid-am car for them, and it's been absolutely great. Greg Beebe with Excel Concrete Coatings. I'm driving his late model this year. He took a chance on me and put me in a car, and I'm really thrilled to have the opportunity. He's been absolutely great to me. Baling Racing Equipment, 5-star, Ackerville Lawn and Garden, and then my family and my girlfriend. My dad has been helping out a ton. So is our team member Charles. He's been wrenching in the shop with me every night. Andrea and my girlfriend for putting up with us being in the shop all the time. So it's been pretty great. I'm thankful to have these opportunities. And Max Buchanan Foundations and Tim Booley with Rise Motorsports for the ARCA opportunities this year.
Sounds great. How about a big hand for these guys? Rick Reedy-Tackman, Scott Lynch with Lynch Racing, and that guy in the end, Mitch Haver. Guys, thanks for being on the show.
Thank
really
you.
Appreciate it. We're taking a commercial break. Back with more Team Bonafide drivers. We are way behind schedule, but I can't help it. I love talking short track racing, all forms of racing. We do it every Tuesday on our live shows. Our schedule's on our website, racingroundupshow.com. We'll be right back to Lynch's on Team Bonafide Night.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Contact us on our website, racingroundupshow.com. We'll be right back with more of the Upper Midwest and Wisconsin racing scene, NASCAR, and the world of motorsports.
See the stars and cars of the Midwest Tour in Fade Madison International Speedway. Friday night, August 23rd. It's the $5,000 to win Howie Leto Classic 100. See super late models and Midwest trucks on Wisconsin's fastest half mile. Plus the area's biggest and best fireworks display. Advanced discount tickets at MISRacing.com. The ASA Midwest Tour. The Howie Leto Classic. Plus our gigantic fireworks display. Friday night, August 23rd. Madison International Speedway. It's the last big race of the year, and you just gotta be there.
Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment is a fully equipped parts, sales, and service dealer of quality mowers, snow throws, trimmers, chainsaws, and more. Olson services what they sell, does warranty service work on big box store mowers, and their expert service technicians are ready to get your equipment running right. Put their stock parts department and friendly, knowledgeable staff to work for you. Visit the racers at Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment today at 14323 West College Avenue, just 1 mile east of Moreland Road in Muskego. Olson'sPower.com. Olson's Power Equipment.
Automatic Transmission Design is located in Germantown, Wisconsin. They've been hard at work the last 15 years in perfecting the best performance racing transmissions and converters. The folks at ATD have made it possible to offer the best quality and most affordably priced winning components for off-road, drag racing, truck pulling, and circle track applications. ATD may not be the biggest or most famous company in the marketplace, but they have the will and put in that extra effort to provide you with the best products available. ATD's certified technicians go through a comprehensive quality checklist on every transmission and converter they build. Then it's tested on their in-house dyno. Only then is the product ready for shipment to the customer. ATD takes these steps to provide you with the best quality products every time. They are 100% guaranteed. Their no returns policy makes sure it's right the first time. The next time you need a performance transmission or converter, give Charlie a call at 262-251-7777 or visit autotransdesign.com.
Jiffy Lube has locations across Wisconsin to serve you. Visit jiffylube.com to locate your store and to find the latest coupons and promotional offers. You're greeted by a friendly and knowledgeable staff. Grab a water or coffee and know you and your vehicle are in good hands. Windshield wipers, new tires, and alignments are a few of the many services offered. Jiffy Lube proudly features Pennzoil. There's a whole lot more than no appointment drive-up oil changes at Jiffy store at jiffylube.com.
Organize like the pros with Hefner Racing Products. Take your trailer to the next level. Upgrade your garage, streamline your shop. Whether you're tearing up the track or tackling home projects, Hefner Racing Products has you covered with the best made and widest variety of organizational accessories made right here in Wisconsin. Shop online now at hrpracing.com.
Power Series at Olson Outdoor Power is raising the bar on performance with smarter controls, longer run times, and more comfort. Add in layaway and financing from Olson's, and there's no lawn you can't conquer. Buy the best from the best. Gravely at Olson's Outdoor Power, Muskego.
Check out our website, RacingRoundupShow.com, to watch show archives, see photos from decades of our program, and links to support our awesome show advertisers. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show. We are going live to the track right now, 141 Speedway. Team Modified driver Shane Barr is racing tonight at the IMSA Sport Mod. Shane, how are you doing? We got you on the phone. What's going on?
I'm absolutely excellent.
How's your car been doing tonight?
Getting the nerves up. We're okay. You know, we're making gains every time we go out there, so that's kind of the name of the game.
When it comes to hanging out with Team Modified, you're missing a big party here, but I'm thinking a lot of folks that are at the racetrack want to see you win something. How close are you tonight on speeds when it comes to you being among the fast guys and getting a shot at the big trophy tonight for the feature win?
Tonight's going to be tough. So we have double heat races tonight. So
oh, wow.
I race my first heat race, and then they'll reverse the lineup, and then you race your second round of heat races, and then the top 10 in points from tonight will be locked into tomorrow's 10,000 to win show. So
big time stuff. How many guys from around the country are showing up you never saw before you have to face, because there's a lot of cars there, I'm guessing?
I think there's like 15 guys from out of state right now, and everybody else is in the state. There's 66 sport mods here tonight. So
how much pride do you take, Shane, knowing that you're right there with them? You're right there to battle these guys and get top 10 or better.
We're going to battle our tail off to do the best we can and put a good show on for the fans and show up for our Team Bonafide teammates and see what we can do here.
Shane, I think that alarm means you got to put the helmet back on. Hand the phone back out the window of that race car, buddy. Thanks so much for joining us on the show. Good luck tonight, locking in that top 10.
Thank you.
Tomorrow night, 141 Speedway,
me
10 grand to win. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yep. Thank
you. That was kind of cool. Mike Egan's like, we're going to try to get him. He's racing tonight. I said, absolutely want to talk to Shane Barr on the show. That was really cool. Hey, D'Angelo's Construction sponsors every one of our road shows. They're a racing family business serving Milwaukee since 1982 with their trucking, snow plowing, and expert concrete work. They lay only the best commercial and residential concrete, and we'll work with you to make your designs and ideas come to life, including stamps, concrete, and decorative displays. Go online right now to DeAngelosConstruction.com. This portion of our show is brought to you by Allied Resource Recovery. Turn your recycled metals into cash. ARR has locations in West Dallas and Waukesha. Find their full list of accepted metals and materials at ARR1938.com. Quickly into the Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin NASCAR report. Ty Majeski won again in the trucks on Friday night. He's now 2 in a row at IRP and Richmond. And guess what? Milwaukee's next. The playoffs start in Milwaukee this coming Sunday, not this Sunday, but next Sunday, August 25th. Tickets are $30 at Menards. They're $40 or $55 if you want better seats to be reserved for the action. ARCA race at noon. NASCAR Truck Series race, Laguna 175 at 3 p.m. or so. That's going to be a big race. Support NASCAR racing in Milwaukee. You never know. When we get a chance, we got to support it, right? And then Indy cars come to town the week after. But we want to tell you that in the world of NASCAR, it's pretty cool to have NASCAR back in Wisconsin again. It's this Sunday, next Sunday, August 25th. We have tickets to give away tonight, but again, you can get tickets at any Menards location in Milwaukee for $30, $40 at the door for grandstand tickets that are in the GA section. And kids 12 and under are free with paid adult in the GA section as well on Sunday. So bring the kids out and have a great time. Details and tickets at MilwaukeeMileRacing.com. Also want to say that the NASCAR Cup Series race finish was under review. Nothing today that I saw until I got to the show. NASCAR's letting the race stand. Austin Dillon, your winner at Richmond on Sunday. Albeit a lot of angry drivers and teams and people saying what's going on, but he's in the playoffs. Austin Dillon, the winner at Richmond on Sunday night in the NASCAR Cup Series. Eric Jones has re-signed for several more years to drive the Kings 43 in the Legacy Auto Club. That was announced today. You also can buy Dude shoes with NASCAR branding on them. Yep, that was announced this morning. I know you want to know about that. Go to heydude.com/collections. I'm hanging out with some friends here at Team Bonafide night. Let's bring in 3 more guys to talk to. Let's bring in Alex Pekorski on the far end. We got Jackson Peters in the middle, and it's an all-dirt theme on this segment, could you tell? Hunter Cardo's with us. Let's give him a big hand, guys. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Hunter, you got talked about already, being a current electric guy and going all sorts of crazy with your cousin, Nick Egan. It's got to be fun knowing you guys get to race and carry those Team Bonafide colors again this summer.
Yeah, it's pretty cool being able to race out of the same shop as them and race along with them, bounce ideas off of Mike and Nick all the time, and just continue to get better and better every week.
And you're one of the reasons why we're here tonight, because you don't have to race tonight at Beaver Dam. We're hanging out with you guys on the patio. Racing Legends car, 10th in points. How are we going to inch forward? You have a chance to go 9th, 8th, 7th? Where are we at now? How many races left?
I'm working on it. We're doing the best we can. Doing a lot better than last year. Got a motor rebuilt over the off season this year. Noticed a huge amount in power difference from years past. Actually made the tech shed a couple times this year already. I'm super happy with how the season's gone so far. And I just, so many people to thank, and it's great.
And when it comes, Hunter, when it comes to racing, it's all cumulative, right? It's all like, what did I learn last week? What did I learn last time the track looked like this? How's that clicking for you guys?
It's hard. I only started racing dirt a few years ago, so learning the aspect of what the track looks like and where I should be driving, that's probably been the hardest part. I mean, I've raced for 18 years doing go-karts and all that other stuff, but the dirt's a whole different world, and honestly, it's a lot more fun. But learning how to drive the track based on track conditions is probably the biggest struggle that I've had. This year we've been pretty good. Got a couple top fives, like I said. Hoping to get a win here pretty soon.
Yeah. Who supports you efforts on a Tuesday night at Beaver Dam or wherever you race that Dirt Legends car?
Got to thank a bunch of people. Obviously, Bonafide Security Solutions, Current Electric. Make sure to come next week to Slinger Speedway for the Alan Quickie Memorial
Sunday night,
Race.
August 25th, yes.
For the Current Electric and Creative Construction of Wisconsin Alan Quickie race. I'll be there with the legend. CJ Painting, Milner Builders, Cheryl's Club 175, Paul's Certified Auto Repair, Reed Racing Enterprises, Motor Masters, and VMS Motorsports. Obviously got to thank my family too. Mom, dad, brother, girlfriend, son, Nick and Mike. They've been a great help. My cousin-in-law, Billy, he's been coming along a couple weeks and giving me a hand. My buddy Taylor. There's so many people to thank. Like Mike was saying, it takes a lot of people to be successful in this sport. So anybody that helps, it's greatly appreciated.
Great to see you here. Welcome back to the program, Jackson Peters. Jackson, you were on our show last year.
Yep.
What you been doing this year?
Just trying to get top fives and trying to stay consistent.
How's that been working out? And how many? I mean, you guys are traveling a lot. I was talking to your dad before the show. You guys are really putting a lot of miles in to get to the racetrack. How's the performance been on the track this year?
We've had our ups and downs, but we've had more downs than ups this year.
Okay.
We've had, I think, 3-4 finishes, but we've been trying to keep that going.
I have a quote here that I found on YouTube, as well as 1 million other people. It's something like, driving fast, really fast for all the hot moms out there. That was a comment you made, Jackson, in an interview at the Tulsa Shootout. I was watching it live on Flow, and I was sitting in a chair, and then I was on the floor. I was like, holy cow, that's Jackson. That's Team Modified Jackson saying that. And then, boom, the world blew up. What's it been like since you got 1 million views and Kyle Larson chiming in on the fact that that's the best interview we saw all week in that Tulsa Shootout? After a heat race win, right?
Yeah, there's been more confidence boost, and
Okay.
I think that's helped a lot.
And where did that come from? Where did that comment come from? You just talk to your friends?
Just can't be in the show, be the show, but I did both. So.
Okay. All right. And I'm done now because he is taking over. You are taking over, Jackson. But that's got to be a lot of fun. How much razzing did you get at school or with your friends even still saying, hey, my brother just showed me this. Is this you?
Nobody really knows. They just.
All right. We do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's your next race?
Tomorrow, Thunder Hill Speedway
Okay.
in Menominee, Wisconsin. So.
That's a little ways up there. Is that a shorter drive compared to some of the tracks you've been to
Yeah,
lately?
it's a short track.
All right. I mean, as far as the drive from home to get there.
I mean, 3.5 hours, probably the shortest one.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you are traveling around the country.
Yeah.
Are you going back to Tulsa for the shootout again?
No,
All right. Wing and non-wing sprint stuff, man. That takes a lot of work. Is this
Yeah.
the same car you raced last year?
Yep.
All right. Cool. Who are the folks you want to thank, Jackson?
I want to thank Bonafide, Mike's Wild Boar, D&J Sports Bar and Grill, Richard Zimmerman Farms, The Salt Room, Yankee Trucking, Royal Rock Outfitters, Royal Rock Farms, Camp Royal Rock, Larson Trucking and Victory Fuel, and Marcus Cox.
And have you tried the new purple flavor of Victory Fuel then?
No,
I've
but
got
we
the
have
two right
some
here.
ordered.
That's got to be cool working in that world as well. Kevin Swindell's got a great product called Victory Fuel, and you're one of the spokesmen for that. It's going to be kind of fun. You're part of that fraternity as well as like a Team Bonafide fraternity, but around the country.
You can use code CJR Motorsport 26 to get 15% off.
What's the code again?
CJR Motorsports 26.
All right. Go to drinkvictory.com, enter that code, save a bunch of money, and you get shipped right to your door. Jackson, thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Alex Pekorski, he's got his dad subbing for him. He's got his dad that's maybe a little bit faster than at times on a race car. Well, Paul's got 30-some years. Alex, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having
Dad
me.
got a shot to drive that number 4 this year.
Yeah, he did. He's kind of been filling in for Spider, my car owner, for a couple nights here and there.
Yeah.
And then last week I had a wedding that I went to for my sister-in-law. So he was able to hop in, and he put it in a top 10, so it was a pretty good night.
And when he's not in the car, you're doing okay, too. Your dad's just driving the other car now, right?
Yeah. Our year's been pretty good. Last year we had really good luck. This year I think it's evening out a little bit. We've had a couple messy nights. Bent a frame, had to change a motor recently, but we're 4th overall in MSA points right now, so it's been all right, and we've had some speed. Just haven't put it together for a win yet.
So now that you're racing with your dad, how different is that knowing that you watch your dad? You emulated your dad. You wanted to be like your dad. He was racing, and then you got a chance to race, and he backed off a bit. But now it seems like, okay, these guys are actually both pretty good right here as teammates with Ackright Auto Parts.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's kind of unique to get to race against them. But, yeah, it's kind of surreal to be out there doing the thing that I always watched growing up, and it's been a lot of fun so far. So we've got some stuff in the works for next year as well. We're going to do a little mix of 360 and 410 racing.
Okay.
So we get to keep going next year as well.
Are you going to dabble in 410s this year to get your toe in the water?
Oh, yes. We're doing that actually on Sunday. We're going to be out at Cornfest at Angel Park.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We're going to race there with the 410s and kind of see how that goes to continue getting our feet wet.
Will it be with the equipment you're in now?
Similar stuff.
Okay.
We have our backup car with the 410, a used 410 in it, and we took it out 2 other nights earlier this year, and then had to pull it out when we bent the other frame, and now we've got another backup car put together and an engine in it ready to go for Sunday. So
it's almost like, I want to race it. Hang on, I need that chassis. Wait,
Yeah.
we got to wait on that. Your performance is there, though, man. You guys are getting dialed in. Your dad drove 19th to 7th last time out. You guys have had some weather issues. You didn't get the chance a lot of times, but in reality, you were in some really stiff competition. And now that season's even shorter for points, right?
yeah, a lot of rain cancellations have taken a large chunk out of our season. So it doesn't really feel like we're getting close to the end of the year here, but it's coming up quick. But yeah, the competition this year in the MSA is really taking a step up, I think. We did lose a couple of guys like Logan Julian and Brandon McMullen, but other guys have stepped up and started getting feature wins like TJ Smith and a couple other people. So it's been a lot of fun to race back and forth with them, and the tracks have been really racy the last couple nights. So it's been a lot of fun going back and forth with those guys.
Yeah, you got a top 5 as well this year, so it's not like you're just watching them race. You're racing right with them.
Mm-hmm.
What's your next race, Alex?
Saturday, back at Plymouth.
All right. And how many more nights you got? Because I know Plymouth kind of wraps up around Labor Day, which is like 3 weeks away all of a sudden.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know how many nights we got left. I just
Okay.
know where I'm supposed to be next weekend.
And who are the sponsors that you have on that race car with helping you with Team Bonafide and supporting all you do this year?
I'm fortunate to have a lot of them, so I got a little list here. Ackright Auto, Mulch Express of Wisconsin, Peterson Septic Systems, of course Bonafide Security Solutions putting on this event tonight and getting this whole team together. Lynch Buick GMC of West Bend, Real Estate Property Shop, Sue Erdman, Professional Plating, Gaydon's Auto Body, Countryside Designs, Wisconsin Bank and Trust, Ace Hardware, Novox, and Pedal Down Promotions. And then, of course, my crew, my family, my wife, everybody that helps out with it. Been really fortunate to have a lot of people around me that enjoy racing and help me out.
And now your dad's retired as a safety officer, so he's got all sorts of time, right? Work on the race car?
Yeah, and he's picking up time at Bailings, too, which kind of works out nice for me because he sees all these race parts sitting there on the shelf, and then every time he gets his paycheck, he spends it on more race parts and then brings them back to the shop.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Hey, wish you guys the best. Thanks a lot for joining us on the show.
Thank
Alex
you.
Pekorski, Jackson Peters, and Hunter Cardinal. How about a big hand for these guys? Thanks for being on the show. Really appreciate you being on. Make sure you sign our backdrop, please, guys. It's a pleasure having you on Team Bonafide Night. More drivers to talk to, more drivers to speak with on the phone and here in person. You're welcome to join us. We have a great giveaway segment after the show. We do it every Tuesday night. We're hanging out here at Lynch's. We're going overtime. I can tell you that right now. Our show usually goes about 90 minutes. Nope, not tonight. We're talking Team Bonafide. Some more races to talk to, some more racing to talk about when we come back on the Racing Roundup Show.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Brewer games and to meet up with your friends. Joey and Jim Lynch pride themselves on their friendly hospitality and welcome Racing Roundup listeners to stop in to watch all the races on their 14 TVs and flat screens. Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 Lincoln has been a longtime supporter of racers, including National Road Racing Motorcycle Champion Dan Belansky. Relax around the big neighborhood bar with 2 pool tables and dartboards surrounded by TVs. Whether you're meeting up before the game, want to watch the races with race fans, or just want to grab a cold one, head to Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 Lincoln and West Dallas.
For your next purge or project, go with the pros. Source Services, champion driver in Wisconsin in 1988 with 1 truck, 1 employee, and a tireless work ethic. Through the dedicated work of Dan and his employees, Source Services LLC is Southeastern Wisconsin's leading waste container rental company. Dropped and picked up by professionals, you can rent a dumpster for up to 60 days. Source Services sorts and recycles to reduce the amount of waste going into landfills. Go with the pros at sourceservices.com.
427-1000 American Foundation.
When your foundation is in need of repair, you need 3 things: an honest opinion, quality,
Trust and dedication. That's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
Bobby Gutnick and the technicians at Oak Creek Automotive on South 27th Street in Drexel are experts in automotive repair. For 35 years and counting, the Napa Certified Car Care Center at Oak Creek Automotive handles emission testing, tires, and complete auto, truck, and SUV repair. From oil changes to transmission replacement. 414-761-3250 to schedule your free inspection appointment. For all your vehicle repair needs, head to South 27th in Drexel to the experts at Oak Creek Automotive.
Grassroots drag racing is open to everyone at Great Lakes Dragway in Union Grove. Make GLD your home track. Come and enjoy the show or challenge your friends to be part of the show. Bracket racing for all classes and juniors opens this weekend. Pro classes, street classes, and even bike. Check our website for the most updated calendar and upcoming big shows. GreatLakesDragaway.com.
Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to the Racing Roundup program. It's a D'Angelo's Construction Road Show. We're hanging out at Danny Lynch's at the corner of Lincoln Avenue and Highway 100 in West Dallas. On the lawn right here in front of us. I want to thank everybody for bringing their cars out, the crews, the families. Thank you for making the time. Bringing keys down. They're still being dropped in the bucket for donating keys. All the keys will be turned into recyclables, and they're going to be, that money's going to be doubled by Bonafide Safe. Schlegg is going to double that. So we're looking at maybe, a couple $10,000 worth of money going to the MS Society and MS Foundation. So it's pretty cool to be part of that. And the final end of collecting keys here at Danny Lynch's for the Team Bonafide Initiative. This portion of our show is brought to you by the Midwest Truck Series, which is supported by Epic Media and Pathfinder Chassis. Congrats to Team Bonafide Lynch Racing driver Grant Griesbach and their team for the big win at the Dixieland 35. Presented by Ken Sports last Tuesday night at WIR. For all the latest news and series info, visit MidwestTruckSeries.com or stay right here right now because on the phone we have another Team Bonafide driver. She races and wins in the Midwest Truck Series. Let's welcome in Daniel Bain to the Racing Roundup Show. Daniel, how are you? Danielle, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing great. We're hanging out here. It's a beautiful night. We're hanging out in this beautiful patio. We got a bunch of Team Bonafide drivers. We're missing you here tonight. What you been working on and what you're going to be preparing for when it comes to the Madison in a couple of Fridays from now?
Yeah, unfortunately, I live quite a ways away, and I work late, so I couldn't make it down there, but I've been watching online. But, yeah, we've been working at the truck, all year. We've been struggling this year, so I don't know if we've ever put more work into the truck than we have this year, and it finally showed a little bit at WIR, so hopefully we can keep the ball rolling.
And Danielle, you know how it is when things are rolling. You won some races. You've got some really fast trucks. You're in the competition. And then what, that little bit, because it's so close in competition this year, man. It seems like when I see the Midwest Truck Series, whether it be Bill Howland's race reports in the group or when I'm there in person to watch you racing with the ASA Midwest Tour, it is a matter of just making, quarter-inch differences in chassis setups. It's got to be kind of frustrating but challenging at the same time, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. And the competition is just insane as well. We got Brad Miller racing with us, just everybody and anybody coming down, the NASCAR regulars like Ty and Luke, they race with us too. It's cool to have the opportunity to race against, those big names, and then do well against them is even cooler yet. So it's just top competition is pretty tough, that's for sure.
Well, you said you found something, so I'm looking forward to seeing the Friday night Howie Little Classic presented by Hogan Farms. That's on Friday night, August 23rd, That's not this Friday, but next Friday. You got Jefferson yet to come. You got the Dells yet to come, and wrap it up at Oktoberfest. Any of those racetracks, you're like, all right, I get to race the Dells again. Oh, man, I can't wait to get to Jefferson. What's the highlights for you looking forward here in the remaining races on the Midwest Truck Series?
Well, Jefferson definitely is my weak track, so that's the one I'm not looking forward to the most. But
okay.
Lacrosse is probably our best track on the schedule yet, so hopefully we can bring a good piece there. We usually do well there, so hopefully we can do that again this year.
Hey, Danielle, thanks for taking a few minutes of your time to join us. I know it's been a busy time, a lot of work to do, real jobs get in the way, that kind of thing. Thanks for spending a few minutes tonight on Team Bonafide Night with us. We really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
You bet. Danielle Bain, we got another Team Bonafide driver racing full-time in the Midwest Truck Series. I want to thank her for her time. Here's a reminder to join us every Saturday on our TV show. Portions of our Tuesday show make it to Saturdays on CW18 Milwaukee. So we spend some time at 11:30 on Saturdays, giving you 30 minutes of our show and showcasing all forms of racing. You'll see Bill Howland's in the Groove Report there as well. So looking forward to hopefully you get a chance to tune us in and spread the word. CW18 Milwaukee, over-the-air channel 18, is airing our show. 30 minutes of our Tuesdays, edited down by our friend Matt Rapina and the whole gang here getting behind it. Great sponsorship as well. So we want to encourage you to join us on Saturdays for our 30-minute show airing at 11:30 a.m. on CW18 in Milwaukee. We like to cover all things motorsports. We're here on Team Bonafide Night. We got a couple more guys sitting with us. They've been really busy. When it comes to racing their pavement race cars. Zach Prunty's winning races at Slugger, the late model. Let's welcome in the driver who's been doing a whole lot of winning and now is the current point leader in the Midwest Truck Series, Brandon Reichenberger. Guys, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Great to see you both here. Zach, I just saw you dump your keys in. How many keys and how many weeks have you been saving up to just do that big old dump right there into the bucket that's going to go to a great cause?
That came from Uncle Dale today, so he's been collecting them.
They're on the floorboard of his truck or something? That was a big bucket you dumped in there.
Yeah, he's in charge of a lot of stuff at work. So.
Okay, all right. Dale just said, here you go. Take the whole bin.
Well, his boys are in Team Bonafide too, so they're racing.
Yeah, that's right.
Lake
Yeah. Are they racing tonight?
Yep. They're racing go karts up at Road America.
How much fun is that, knowing that those guys are doing that while you spent so much time working with your family on the oval stuff?
It is pretty cool seeing them two grow up at the racetrack every week and how much they grow every year, and their development on the racetrack. It's pretty cool to see.
Do they have you doing their tires too? Because that's kind of what you have to do as a family member.
I show up there a few times a year. Otherwise, I'm pretty busy during the week, and Tuesdays they can get pretty hectic.
Yeah, I'd imagine that's right in the middle of the work week. But you race it every Sunday you can at Slinger Super Speedway. How's your season been going?
There are definitely ups and downs. This year there's more ups, but definitely the best year I've had.
Okay.
So
what do you credit that to, you think?
I really can't complain.
Just staying out of some messes or engines staying together? What do you think would be the differences?
More so research and development in the garage.
Okay. All right.
Races are won in the garage.
So. All right. So trying things that work and getting a little smaller changes, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Not big ones.
There's a lot of things on my car that are built, not bought.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Got to be proud of that too.
Yeah, there's like I said, I've spent numerous hours, lots of hours in the garage, just going through things, seeing what this changes in travel and what that does, and it's a lot.
All right. Well, it's always evolving, and I'm glad you're learning from that and doing that, applying it yourself to make your car and your team faster. Brandon Reichenberger, you've been fast. I mentioned you're now leading the points in the Midwest Truck Series. You're also playing around with the super late model in the Alive for 5. You don't sit around much either, do you?
No. In fact, this year's schedule is lighter than it was in years past, and I feel like I'm more busy this year. So, the truck stuff has been going really good. It's been one of those years. Hopefully that keeps going the way it's going now. We spent a lot of time this winter. My dad put a lot of time in over the winter, too, going through our truck, just trying to find every little bit that we can. And like Danielle mentioned, competition is so stiff in the truck series that if you're off by a tenth, you're going to end up 12th or 13th. In qualifying, you miss the invert, and it makes for a long night from there. So, so far, like I said, it's been a good year, and there's so much racing left to go. I try not to get caught up in the point stuff too early. I've heard people tell me, you're the point leader. There's been talk about it, but the job's not done yet. There's still plenty of laps to make, and we'll see where we're at as we head towards Jefferson and La Crosse, and if we're still going to go and try and win races and bring home trophies. So.
The Midwest Truck Series does quite a bit of traveling. There's quite a bit of variance when it comes to the track sizes. Sometimes they're fast. Sometimes they're flat ovals that aren't so fast. When it comes to tuning that in, are you working with one truck, one engine all year?
One truck, one engine. So trucks have the 602 crate engine in them, but we just have the one truck. And setup-wise, that's why it's so important to take notes and where we were at earlier in the year, where we ran good. We can go back with a similar setup and. Some of the places earlier in the year where we maybe finished 8th, early on, which isn't bad, but obviously we want to be in the top 5 or, top 3 if we can't win. But, we'll go back with something a little bit different, like Madison coming up here. I think we finished 8th there in the spring, so we'll go back with something a little bit different. And, as we head towards, the Dells, we ran good there. Jefferson, we've been pretty good in the past, and La Crosse is a place where it's pretty much hammered down and wide open, so it's pretty fun at La Crosse. So we'll see what we got there, and just take it one race at a time, one lap at a time. Really, that's all you can do.
We had a chance to talk to some of the drivers just after qualifying last Tuesday at our DeAngelis Construction Roadshow from the front gate at Kaukauna, where you most recently raced on that Tuesday night. And I asked about the tires, and I'm like, okay, 2 fastest guys in time. I said, okay, tell us which tire you got, because you got 1 tire per race to put on. They're like, I forgot. I can't tell you. I don't know. I forget. That's a science, right? You now have to take your notes, apply them to what tire will be the new one that week or the one that has the least amount of laps on because you want to save a fresh one for maybe the next race. There's a lot that goes into that people may not realize.
Yeah, my dad and I sat down about 3 weeks ago and forecasted out our next 5 races. And, with the truck series, we get 1 new tire, per race, but we've also got 2 bank tires that we can filter in there as well. So there's a science to it. We kind of sat down and looked at what we're going to do and when, and after our 10th race, we'll get a second tire we can put on at one of the races or 3 races after that. So trying to factor that in, assuming there's no rainouts. Even with the rainout at Grundy, that changed our schedule a little bit too. So there's a science that goes into it. And, like I said, it's all about trying to find hundredths, to make tenths at a time, pennies to make dimes. And, that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it challenging is everybody's so equal. And when you find that little bit extra and you have success, it means a lot.
That's Brendan Reichenberger and Zach Prunty. These guys are always working in the shop, finding that little edge. Zach, when it comes to your tire management, when it runs with late models, they don't let you just go to the tire barn and get a bunch, do they?
No.
At Slinger Speedway specifically.
Yeah, we got the same bank system, pretty similar to the truck series, I believe. One tire a week for the most part. And Nationals was 4 tires, and there was another 2-tire race this year. But there's a lot of tire management involved.
Yeah, so your notes have to match. Okay, that's the compound, that's the cross. That's a lot of measuring, I'm guessing, as well, saying where do we end up with? Because you guys are making stuff to make it feel good. If it does or not, you better make a note of that too, right?
Oh, for sure. And there's been tires that have been all across the board this year. And, they started big and now they're tiny or vice versa.
That's just the stagger difference, week to week or tire to tire, right?
Yeah, how fresh the tires are, it all matters. So I'm set for the rest of the year, so I'm looking forward to it.
All
2
right.
races to go.
How are we looking in the points?
Second, 18 points back after this past week. So
okay.
Looking forward to that. I got nothing to lose. So.
All right. Who's helping you on that race car, Zach Brunning?
I wouldn't be here without the support of my dad for sure. He's number 1. We're out at Grandma and Grandpa's race shop, and Alex, Dennis, Dale, David, Greg, Rat, Gwen, the entire Kuklich family, and then all my sponsors too. So I got All Out Marine, Tracker Boats, Perrin Trucking, Transportation Connection, Stager Tech Services, Milner Builders, Bills on the Hill, Bonafide Security Solutions, Let's Get Roasted, Pig Roast and Catering, Confections for any occasion, and Theresa. Advanced Auto Parts in Kewaskum, Bailing's Racing Equipment, 5-Star Race Car Bodies, Wagner Automotive, Bassett Racing Wheel, Schaefer's Racing Oil, and then I believe my mom. I think I forgot to thank Mom. She's always there too. So
Can't do that.
And my girlfriend Melanie over there.
That's really cool. You got that much
She
support.
puts up with the most stuff and me staying at the shop real late. So.
She got a big. Oh yeah, I think she agrees with you. Yeah, I hear that from here.
Oh, and the dog Coco, I guess. She's at the shop every night.
Now we're getting prompts from the crowd. Don't forget the dog. Great having you here, Zach. Brandon, when it comes to racing, it's a family thing. You can't do too much other than say, Dad, I want to do what you do, and you've been racing a long time, your entire life too. Who's helping you this year with your Midwest truck and your Super Late?
My dad's my biggest, supporter with that. Him and I spend a lot of time on the truck, and the truck's kept out at his shop, so we get to spend a lot of time out there working on the truck together. As far as sponsors go, Bonafide Security Solutions, Raging Wave Water Park, Menco, Ken Sports, IGOG Sunglasses, Global Fab, BMRE Electric Carts, Pete's Auto Repair and Sales, Boss Brew Coffee, Fairways Lawn Care and Snow Removal, Lake Park Pub, Wendrick's Truss, Landrum Springs, 920 Wraps and Shirts. I also got to say thanks to Jack and Tim, my crew guys. They're coming, spending time away from their family and friends at the racetrack, and my wife and my son are at home watching, and it's always fun having them at the racetrack and having my son there too. He's almost 3 years old. So
he's getting into it, yeah.
He's starting to enjoy it, and he's starting to be able to pick out when I'm on the racetrack and things like that too. So, we haven't had as much luck with the Super Late this year, but, at the same time, you get done, and it's as much as upset as I might be in the car, I get out after 5 minutes, and he's there. He doesn't care. He's having a good time. He just wants the race car to go. So that's what we're trying to do. So I'm very fortunate to have a lot of good supporters, and hopefully we can finish 2024 strong.
We wish you guys both the best. Thanks for being part of Team Bonafide and being here tonight with your support. It means a lot to us. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Big hand for Zach Prunty and Brandon Reicherberger, two more stars that are racing for wins, paychecks, with a bunch of family around them as well. We're coming right back after these messages on the Racing Roundup Show. We want to encourage you to join us on a given Tuesday night at Racing Roundup headquarters. Next week, Tuesday, we're at Polly's Pub and Eatery on August 20th. August 27th, we're at Polly's Pub and Eatery. September 3rd, the Tuesday after Labor Day, we're at Polly's Pub and Eatery. Right now, we're hanging out with you at Danny Lynch's at the corner of Lincoln and Highway 100 in West Dallas on Team Bonafide Night. It's a D'Angelo's Construction Road Show. You still have time to join us. We'll be right back.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about Short Track Racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Greenfield Gallery wants to buy your racing collection. Do you have die-cast cars from IndyCar, Sprint Car, or Short Tracks? Greenfield Gallery wants them. If you have old racing programs, racing photos, and negatives, Greenfield Gallery wants those too. Contact Ralph Hibbert Jr. at Greenfield Gallery, who wants to buy your racing collection. Ralph also has an ever-changing eBay store full of racing collectibles. Search Greenfield Gallery. Email Ralph right now to get connected. His email address is ralph@greenfieldgallery.net.
Eliminate the hassles of planning a trip to the races. Hook up with Boring Bob's escorted NASCAR racing tours. Boring Bob offers transportation, lodging, race tickets, nightlife, shuttle service, and more. Boring Bob knows all the back roads into and out of the racetrack to get you in and out fast. Pick one or pick them all. Go in style to Daytona, Bristol, Phoenix, Las Vegas, and more. He has decades of experience and industry contacts galore. You name the race, let Boring Bob do the rest. Call Boring Bob today to make plans now to go on one of Boring Bob's famous escorted NASCAR racing tours. Boring Bob's always at 414-321-1307. That's 414-321-1307. Get your whole family involved in affordable, competitive kart racing at Millwright Raceway in Dousman, Wisconsin, home of the Badger Kart Club. Walk the pit area, talk to racers, and check out the action from the grandstands. There's a play area for the kids and great food at the concession stand. Spectator admission is free. Badger Kart Club points racers and National Touring Series race on the challenging paved road course most Sundays from April through September. Badger Kart Club is well established and well respected. There's 15 classes and over 100 drivers racing every week. From ages 5 to 75, kart racing offers competition for generations of racers of all ages. Bring the kids and check out kart racing for yourself at one of America's finest kart tracks. This is where Alan Kowicki, Danica Patrick, Sam Mayer, and Josh Palicki got their start. Millwright Raceway is just south of I-94 in Dousman, 35 miles west of Milwaukee, and 45 miles east of Madison. For all the latest information, directions, and race schedule, visit BadgerKartClub.com.
The Racing Roundup Show is dedicated to showcasing grassroots racers and national stars of our sport. If you're a fan of NASCAR, four-wheel, two-wheel, road racing, drag racing, or the short track scene, you are in the right place. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show.
Glad to have you with us on this Tuesday night. We're hanging out at Danny Lynch's. You can hang out anytime, 7 days a week. They got a great band lineup for August 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Go to Facebook, Lynch's-West Dallas, and find all the fun things they get to do, including the sporting season around the corner, right? Badgers, Packers, maybe Brewers in the playoffs. You can see it all on the big screens here and enjoy this band shell. We're hanging out in tonight on Team Bonafide night at a D'Angelo's Construction Roadshow here at Lincoln and Highway 100 in West Dallas. Looking forward to seeing you next Tuesday at Polly's as well. This segment of our show is brought to you by Schlafer Auto Body and Sales in Landon. They can handle your next auto or truck body damage repair. They've been in business since 1974. They work with all insurance companies. Let the 4 generations of racers at Schlafer Auto Body do the job the way it's supposed to be done. Check out their award-winning classic car restorations too on their Facebook page. Search Schlafer Auto Body. We now welcome in a driver that's come all the way from Plover to join us tonight. Thank you, Rachel Callis, and let's welcome in the Obermeyer brothers, Marcus and Mason. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Team Bonafide representing right here. Rachel, your car looks beautiful. Thanks for bringing it all the way down from Plover. How you been doing this year representing Team Bonafide at Plover?
We've had a lot of fun. I can't thank Mike for the opportunity this year. It's been fun to be a part of this program.
And what's it like hanging out with these guys and hanging out with dirt guys and dirt gals and being part of this big collective?
It's nice to get a little bit of diversity, get out of the same group of people that you're with. It's a lot of fun, and I'm happy to be here.
And how's your season been going?
We've been doing really good this season. We're running for a championship on Friday. We're 1 point out.
Oh, boy.
So it's pretty tight. It's been fun, and we're hoping we can capitalize and make it happen.
How many point nights left?
1 on Friday.
Oh, boy. No pressure. And you took time to say, you know what? I'm going to bail out of work early. We got a show to do. Help out with these guys.
Yep.
What's the season been like when it comes to preparation or fixing stuff? Or is it one of those years where your preparation's done and the performance is showing where you're now on that chase?
This year's been a lot of work. We've been running the Pro Late and the Superstock Sportsman at Plover, so it's a lot of back and forth.
Yeah.
But there's been some rain days in there that's let us catch up. We got a few more races in each car, so we're looking forward to seeing what we can do.
So is it Rachel Callis driving this car, parked in next to this car in the same night? Are you running 2 divisions every time you race at Plover?
No, that's a lot of work for us. We got a small team here, so we try to run the late models on the nights that the Superstock Sportsmans aren't running.
Okay, so you do get a balance, but you're there all the time.
Yeah.
What's the difference for you to click on and click off between the 2 cars?
There's a big difference. When you get in that late model, just little turns, little changes make a big difference compared to a Superstock Sportsman car.
A little more free to run?
Yep. It's a lot more difficult, and I think we're getting better at it, and we're learning a lot this year.
What do you say you have more time in it?
I have a lot more laps in the Superstock Sportsman car. I've been doing that since 2014, so getting more comfortable in that one.
So how long have you been stepping into the Pro Late model here?
I did the Pro Late model a little bit in 2016, and then we raced the CWRA Super Late Series with it a couple times throughout 2018, 2019. And then we kind of took a few years off, so this is our first year back in it since 2021, and we were able to, qualify into the All-Star race on time, which is a big win for us, especially being off for a couple of years.
Yeah. And you're right in the thick of the championship. What division are you running for the championship this Friday?
The Superstock Sportsman car at Golden Sands.
Okay. It's going to be cool to watch. Stay right there. Got more questions for you. It's great to have Rachel Callis join us. And we welcome back the Obermeyer brothers. You guys have been now... How many years in Legends cars for you guys? I'm sorry, Bandoleros?
4.
4 years for you? 5. Okay, what's the biggest difference this year for you racing this Bando car?
Being a lot more competitive with points.
All right. And how many races are you guys running? We talked about Legends cars and Bandoleros. You guys have a lot of chances to race. Yeah. Are you racing every weekend?
Pretty close to almost every weekend.
Okay.
I think we have about 20 or so races this year.
Okay. So how does Dad keep it straight with everything that's going on? You guys got 2 cars, you got 1 dad, and you got a lot of racing to do. How much do you guys end up doing stuff on your own cars to get things ready?
A lot, but not a lot at the same time. Kind of in the middle.
Okay. What do you like doing most on your race car? What's the fun part of getting that car ready to go racing? You can say driving if you want to.
Yeah.
Driving, yeah. How about working on the car? What do you have to do? What's your job to do on the race car?
Basically anything.
Okay. All right. You like that, don't you? You're not just doing one thing. Okay. When it comes to racing, I see your cars look very different. How did you guys pick out your paint schemes on that number 44 and the number 93 that we see sitting right out here?
I just basically go through Google and stuff.
All right. So it's not a car you iRaced or anything. You just designed your own car by looking at other cars.
Yeah.
All right. Then we have the rustic look, don't we? We got the beat up, rusty looking thing. That's pretty cool. How long have you been driving the same car? Let's start with you.
What do you mean by the same car? Like
Is it the
chassis?
car you drove last year?
Yeah.
The car you drove the year before?
I've drove it for about 5 years.
Oh, the same
5
car.
Years, yeah.
All right. And what do you find yourself doing more with his car? Because he's got 1 year less on racing than you do.
Tires and helping him a lot.
All right. So you're learning a lot as you're helping him as well, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever race against each other in the same track at the same time?
Yeah.
All right. So there's one bando class. It's not an age thing, right? It's just 15 and under, and then it's adults kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we don't race against adults. I
Okay.
don't think.
That's
But,
kind of good. But you're getting pretty quick, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm leading Rookie of the Year at Jefferson.
Great.
By a ton of points, so.
And what's one of the big highlights for you this year?
I just won my last chance at Jefferson, and then I got a fast time.
Hey, congrats. Okay, time to talk about sponsors. Who do you have sponsoring your Bandolero cars? He's got them all? All right.
Obermeyer's 41 Auto Body, Bonafide Home Security Solutions, Subway Valentin, The Sippy Hippie, Wire and Sons Heating, Grove Power, JK Tools, and Personalized Products.
That's very cool. How about the crew helping you?
My father, grandpa.
That's how it works.
Marcus.
Dad and Grandpa are helping you. Okay, I got it.
And then my Uncle Toothpick,
Cool.
Oh, yeah, Toothpick.
Uncle Toothpick.
and then him, and
Yeah,
me.
awesome. Rachel, as we sit here and watch these young guys, and you're still young yourself, but you've got a few more years of racing on them. It's kind of fun to kind of check in every now and then, saying, "Okay, I know what they went through. I know how hard it is to get where I am." It's got to be kind of fun to see this come forward, as we like to highlight many different kinds of drivers.
Yeah, it's great to see the youth here. It's cool to see a lot of the kids that I grew up racing to be real successful, like Ty Majeski, Danielle Baines doing a great job in
Yeah.
the truck series. So it's nice to see the kids go through the ranks and work their way up.
Are they tucking on your sleeve, getting your autograph, saying, "Hey, I saw you race tonight. I want to do that someday," kind of thing?
Yeah, it's always awesome having the fans in the stands and the younger generation. I look forward to seeing what they can do in the future.
And who are the sponsors you get to help represent this year, Rachel?
I'd like to thank Mike Egan. This is an awesome program to be a part of.
Yeah.
Hexco Motorsports, Grumpy's Garage, Klein Ford, A. Kelmerton Welding, Wisconsin Custom Machinery. There's a lot of people that help me out. Mom, Dad, David Nauman's been helping a lot the last few years. Billy Fisher Motors. It's great to have all these people on board.
It's really cool to have you here as well. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
How about a big hand for Rachel Callis and the Obermeyer brothers, Marcus and Mason. Guys, thanks for being on. Really appreciate it. Thank you. We are now going to the phone with the next driver, who I think has just been cleared to drive at his age. Okay, I'm kidding. He's a Hall of Famer. Chico Riedner's on the phone with us. Chico, how are you? Team Bonafide night. What's going on?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
We just talked to the Obermeyer brothers. We talked to Rachel Callis. We've got some drivers that have been racing for 20 years, drivers that are racing for their first year, and you are now part of a 3-generation family of racing. It's got to be pretty cool knowing you're hanging out with the Team Bonafide guys and your family at a given night at the racetrack, Chico.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I got 7 family members racing in various divisions all over the place. So
7.
Yeah, 7. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grandkids, a son-in-law, and two boys, and myself. So we got plenty of stuff to do.
So now as you sign up for this Team Bonafide, what else do you get to do? Did you gather a bunch of keys? You drop them off already for the fundraising?
I didn't get any keys.
Okay.
I didn't get involved with that. I didn't really know what was going on with that. And by the time I figured out what was going on, it was almost too late. So I apologize. I did not get to do or get to participate in that.
Well, you're a busy guy, man. What are you racing this weekend?
This weekend, we're going to be down at Jefferson on Saturday.
All right, that's kind of cool. What are you going to drive this weekend? The station wagon or something else?
No, I got my hobby stock. It's just a 73 Chevelle bodied hobby stock that I'm running now.
All right, how many parts did you have in stock when you got that car in the shop for the first time? You got a lot of stuff, I'm guessing, over the years to compile and use.
I've got tons and tons of stuff.
Chico, it's been fun having you on for just a few minutes. It's kind of cool. You're part of Team Bonafide as well. Good luck this Saturday at Jefferson, and thanks for your time on the show tonight.
You bet. Thanks for having me, and thanks, Mike, for the program. I appreciate everything that Mike does for us, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. I cannot do this without great sponsors like Mike and Bonafide Security Solutions.
Chico, thank you. It's great to have a Hall of Famer on the show tonight. Thank you, sir.
You betcha. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Southeast Wisconsin Short Track Hall of Fame inductee Chico Riedner still getting it done. 7 Riedners and the whole family going racing. He's going racing this Saturday at Jefferson. We get a chance to cover a bunch of races, and Bill Holland joins us now. And Bill, you got a chance to cover a really cool race last Tuesday. I saw you working hard at Kaukauna. That had to be kind of fun to cover. That we'll see the fruits of your labor here in a few moments.
Gandrud Auto Group 250, the ASA Midwest Tour, and the Midwest Truck Series at WIR, the Tuesday night tradition. It's really a great event.
And when it comes to racing, man, that truck race is amazing.
It was really good.
You know what? We're going to do this right now. Bill, you're hanging out with us, but I want to tell people that you're going to enjoy the next several minutes because Bill went in depth, in the groove, talked to the winner of the race, then talked to the winner of the race after the tech inspection was over. Bill was there to cover it all. Let's check it out now. Bill Holland in the groove from the Wisconsin International Raceway events this past Tuesday.
Hi, I'm Bill Holland in the groove at Wisconsin International Raceway, home of the ASA Midwest Tour Gandrud Auto Group 250. This race is a continuation of the Dixieland race that dates back to 1981. One thing hasn't changed over more than 4 decades. 250 laps on this high-speed half-mile is a real test of man and machine. 5-time Midwest Tour champ and fast qualifier Ty Majeski has dominated this event in recent years, with 4 wins in the last 5 250s. The driver to break Majeski's streak, 2021 winner Paul Schaefer Jr.
Ideally, we'll be celebrating after this thing with, big check and a bunch of that El Bandito Yankee tequila, but, we'll see. We'll see. We're always hoping for that, but, you never know what's going to happen. That's why they call it racing.
Former NASCAR Truck Series champ Johnny Sauter's a 2-time winner. His wins came when the race was shorter, not the current 250 laps. NASCAR driver Derek Kraus knows just how hard this race is to win.
250 laps, that's a long race for a Super Late model, especially at a track that's grueling like this one. This track's super rough, and it's got a lot of challenges in the 250 laps.
For drivers like former Slinger Nationals champion Luke Fenhaus, this is a big night on a big stage.
This is kind of a crown jewel race. Obviously one of the biggest in Wisconsin, so everybody comes out for this, and a lot of fans come out, a lot of sponsors, and so it's a big night.
Former ASA Midwest Tour champ Andrew Morrissey is a 2-time Oktoberfest 200 winner, but has yet to win here at WIR.
It'd be cool. I've never won a race here, so yeah, it'd be cool. It's a big race.
Kulwicki driver development racer Levon Vandergeest on his approach to 250 laps here.
It's going to be a big test of patience. You might have to let people go in the beginning that you're faster than, but it's just about keeping the tires underneath you, finding good guys to follow, and just riding it out, and then giving it your all the last 100 to maybe 50 laps,
The Midwest Truck Series is part of this big night. WIR regular Grant Griesbach is pulling double duty, running both the 250 and the truck race. Luke Fenhaus also preparing to run both series.
It's a harder day. Obviously, you're in a vehicle constantly, you hop into one and then hop out of one and hop in the other. So it's been a good day.
Defending truck race champion Brad J.J. Miller's looking to go back-to-back at WIR.
We always have a pretty good truck here. We've been third in practice both sessions, and it always seems to race really good. So we get qualifying down, get a good starting position, and hopefully get another win here today.
The truckers will go for 35 laps in the Dixieland Delight 35. Chester Race in the 93 on the pole. Grant Griesbach in the 60 on the high side. Leading the field to green, Brandon Reichenberger and Brad J.J. Miller in the second row. Those two battled it out for the win 1 year ago. Griesbach leads, with Mueller up to second. Chester Race and Bryce Miller in the 11 racing for third, with Brandon Reichenberger in the 3 right there in fifth. Trouble early. Nick Van, Kevin Canesi, and Derek Meyer's 10 truck all part of this one. Back to green, with Griesbach and Mueller continuing their battle for the lead. Griesbach out of Pewaukee, Mueller from Random Lake. A pair of Wisconsin drivers battling it out. Caution again. Jacob Nottestad in the 97 and former Truck Series Rookie of the Year Kevin Zilozinski involved here. Grant Griesbach's been up front since the first lap. He leads Brad Mueller, Bryce Miller, Chester Race, Brandon Reichenberger. Cody Vanderloop going for fifth, and the 4 truck goes around. This will bring out another caution. Grant Griesbach in the 60, now getting a real challenge from the 89. Here we go. Brad J.J. Miller gunning for his second straight Dixieland Delight 35 win. Grant Griesbach looking for his first Truck Series win ever. Mueller with multiple super late model championships on both dirt and asphalt. Griesbach, a regular here at WIR for the past 8 seasons. He will not be intimidated. Grant Griesbach will hold on to the lead and coming to the checkers, wins the Midwest Truck Series Dixieland Delight 35.
It is really cool to kind of consider this my home track, even though I'm not from around here. I still drive up here every week for the past 8 years, so I love this place. It's kind of cool to defend your home turf. The Truck Series being a traveling series, it's kind of, we all have our home tracks and places we strive at.
We're ready for 250 laps, 125 miles, one of the longest and toughest super late model races of the season. Ryan Farrell in the 80 and former WIR champion Andy Munday in the 10 on the front row, taking the green flag. Munday out front early, but we've got a lot of racing in front of us. Andrew Morrissey in the 39 challenging Munday for the top spot. He'll make the pass. Morrissey, who's never won here, leads. John DeAngelis Jr. now up to second. 4-time defending race champion Ty Majeski running third, with Derek Kraus now fourth. John DeAngelis led much of this race last year before crashing out tangling with a lap car. He's back with a very fast race car tonight, pulling away from the field. Caution flies for a big crash on the backstretch. This is the remains of Andy Munday's 10 car. 2 others also involved. 2-time national short track champion Austin Nason with smoke coming off the 14 car. But it's the leader with big trouble. John DeAngelis Jr. slows on the front stretch. Heartbreak for the Hubertus, Wisconsin driver. Back to green flag racing, and Luke Fenhouse in the 4 is pulling away from the field. He is leading by nearly a straightaway. Caution flies again, with young gun Ty Fredrickson headed to the pits. We restart with 29 laps to go. Luke Fenhouse down low, Ty Majeski on the high side. Majeski gets the jump. Fenhouse not giving an inch. They get together coming out of turn 2. Gabe Summers hits the infield grass. Levon Vandergeest in the 23 gets by. Luke Fenhouse and Brent Edmonds in the 87 get together, and it's Edmonds into the infield soft wall. Back to green with Derek Kraus in the 9, leading Ty Majeski, Levon Vandergeest, and Gabe Summers, who made repairs and is back up to 4th. Levon Vandergeest up to 2nd, challenging Kraus for the lead with only 5 laps to go. The 23 and 9 make contact, and Kraus goes around. Both will go to the back of the field. After a single file restart, Gabe Summers in a remarkable comeback. Out front, and on the last lap, Summers leads Majeski to the checkers. But the celebration is short-lived. Summers is penalized 1 lap for using an unapproved tire. Majeski declared the Gandrud Auto Group 250 winner.
It's a disappointing race, but obviously happy to come home with the victory. This is a huge race for me, home race. Yeah, you know, I love winning here. This is my favorite racetrack, and even if it's in this fashion, we'll take them any way we can get them.
No matter the circumstances, there's no getting around one simple fact. Ty Majeski's won this race 5 of the last 6 years. A remarkable run. I'm Bill Holland. Thanks for watching, and thanks to everyone who makes this program possible. We'll see you next time we go in the groove on the Racing Roundup Show.
Hey, everybody, put your hands together for Bill Holland. Just a 15-hour day to give you that report. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it. That was a night to remember, man.
It really was. It was a long night, but there was a lot going on.
What is your next approach to this coming weekend, and where are you thinking about on our show?
The Blue Race at WIR is going to decide this year's Red, White, and Blue State Championship.
That's this
series.
Thursday already, right?
This Thursday,
yeah.
And there's 4 drivers within less than 15 points. I'm not sure exactly. Golden Sands Speedway has a big night for the pro late models, super stocks, a number of other divisions, but it's also, I believe, double features at Madison. So
Championship night, yeah.
So which way does the road go on Friday? I'm not sure. And on Saturday, the Jim Langreck Memorial at Marshfield Motor Speedway. Jim built that racetrack in the 1970s, and he's very much respected there and very much missed. So that's a pretty important race at Marshfield.
Important for Bill Holland as well, because you've been there literally since the beginning. Bill, thanks again for all your contributions.
As always, thanks for the opportunity, Jim.
Thank you. He'll be on the Saturday show as well. It's Saturday at CW18 Milwaukee. Thank you, Bill, for making the trek down. And he covers a lot of races for us. And thank you, Bill, for your support. If you want to support Bill Holland and his coverage, drop us an email, racingroundup@gmail.com. Pop in a note saying, hey, I'd love to help sponsor Bill's show and Bill portion the show. Love to have your involvement on the program. Next Tuesday, we have NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series coverage for you, including the live video hookup with Christian Eckes. He's the regular season points champion. He finished second again to Ty Majeski 2 races in a row. They will race for a championship at the Milwaukee Mile on Sunday, August 25th. Get your tickets for the Luna 175 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race and the ARCA Menard Series Sprecher 150 by going to MilwaukeeMileRacing.com or pick them up at the Menard stores for $30 to sit in the general admission seating. Kids in the general admission seating are free, 12 and under free. And once you get to the gate, just pop over and say, I want a ticket for my kid, and in you go. We are joined by our next 2 guests. Our last 2 guests on the program. I think it's very fitting for me personally. When I saw the lineup, I'm like, if we put this guy there, and then Mike Egan's here, I'm like, you know what? I want Mike back up here. It's Team Bonafide night, and I've known this next driver sitting next to him as a Team Bonafide driver since before birth, believe it or not. I knew his mom and dad before they had David. So let's welcome in David Paskewicz, and welcome back Mike Egan. Guys, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks again. Thanks, Jim.
And David was one of the first guys here at the Modified. You got the great spot angled down like you're ready to fall off the curb there to go on the road here on Highway 100. Nice job parking that baby.
Yeah, thanks to Greg for parking me. We had a rough night Saturday night, and unfortunately, Bonafide's only on one side of the car right now. So
but it's on the shiny side, right?
It's on the.
There you go.
Well, yeah, the shiny side. Monster truck.
You did a little sky driving, did you?
No, I had somebody try to drive over me first lap of the heat race.
You were the
Saturday
ramp.
night. Yeah, I was the ramp.
Sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield.
That I was definitely the bug.
So, Mike, I saw you guys standing over there sharing a beer together. It's kind of neat. You're hanging out with these guys of all different disciplines, and they're all sitting here saying, thanks, Mike. But in reality, we're all here thanking these guys, right? This is really cool to have these passionate racers representing Team Bonafide.
Really, it is, and it's cool to see the younger kids working with their dads and the old friends from Hales Corners days, and it's just a great experience.
And David, that's where I grew up, watching your dad and others race and hang out with.
Man, he raced that alcohol back then, nasty. You couldn't stand it to be behind him.
That was the smell of spring, man.
Yeah.
That was the right of spring.
Horrible.
Smell that stuff. Sat at turn 4, right when you get on the gas. Late model sport. I didn't care what you ran. Modifieds. I love that smell when you pop the gas.
Right,
And go out.
right.
Take green first time by, coming out of the turn 4 chute. Not too many tracks do that anymore. When it comes to memories, David, you've got a lot of them as a kid, but now you're racing. You're collecting a lot of your own memories. How's your season been going, aside from the most recent adventures last weekend?
Actually, this year's been really good. We got our first heat race win in a modified, and first top 5 in a modified at Beaver Dam Father's Day weekend. Dad was there, so it was pretty special.
Are you racing there every Tuesday?
No, I don't race one track. I kind of bounce around. I think we've been 4 or 5 different tracks this year.
And how's that been when you're rolling in the pits going, okay, who's this guy? Or you're like, okay, I'm coming back to race with you guys just tonight. Please let me try to do something here. I might want to play around a little bit, that kind of thing. I mean, you're kind of the outlaw, so to speak.
Yeah, I kind of follow the Joel Crowbridge motto, jump around, different tracks. I feel like it helps you become a better driver, different track conditions and different competition levels. So we ran 141, Beaver Dam, Plymouth, Seymour. We were planning on going to Luxembourg yet this year, and we're going to maybe take a trip out to Iowa in October. So
wow. Now, is it one car, one engine?
Yeah, yep. Just what
spares?
you see is what we got.
All right.
And we do everything ourselves. This year I was fortunate enough, I normally letter the cars myself like Donnie, but this year childhood dream finally came true. Billy Hoffman lettered my cars, so.
That's pretty cool.
That's going back.
Yeah, it is. He moved to Arizona. He doesn't live too far from Lynch's, actually. I saw him walking his dog here last year when we were doing our show, and he's like, hey, I'll come back without the dog. So it's good to see that is a pretty cool deal. And he's the reason why I write my letter Y the way I do.
Yeah.
From the Billy, the Y that looks like a smiley face. I can't help it.
Look at the things
I'm a
you
big
can
fan.
learn on this show, huh?
Yeah. Mike, who lettered your cars way back when?
Billy never really did any, but
right.
there were some old school sign painters that did it with paint by
Tratnik and then
hand.
Stewart and
I honestly can't remember. It's too long ago.
And I got decals.
Now we got decals, so I make Nick do it for free, so it doesn't cost me nothing.
Nick's got his own cutter, his own business doing that.
He does, yeah.
That's pretty cool. Dave, when it comes to racing, and you get a chance to say, I'm part of Team Bonafide, this is pretty cool. You got on the phone, you get going racing, and I mean, I got to wonder, you guys ever team up like Team Bonafide, saying, okay, where are you guys racing? What's the track been like? That kind of thing. When you go as much searching as you do for a race to race.
Mike's got a really great program with the Facebook group chat that we do every week, and everybody knows where everybody's racing every week. And then, Carter Stark had a really bad deal where Tornado took out his shop, and everybody was offering anything and anything to keep them guys racing.
He won at the Dells last weekend.
Yes, he did.
Yep. But, we got some dirt guys, asphalt guys, and help each other out with gears and set up stuff. And it's really...
It's a big swing between the Obermeyers and Chico.
What do you think? 40, 50, 60, 70 years?
Like that,
yeah. But it's neat to know you have that support.
Yeah, it's great. Mike's got years of experience. We met at the beginning of the season. He offered a shock dyno, anything to help us out, to help us get better. So it's really like Mike said when we first met in February, it's much more than just a check and a decal. It's been a great way to reach out to other different drivers, different disciplines, and everybody helps everybody out. So it's really cool.
And what about sponsorship you have? I know you've got a lot of support. You've got some people that have been helping you for a while.
Yeah.
Let's make sure they get mentions as well.
Obviously, Mike with Bonafide, this has been incredible. Jewel Trucking and Grading, he was actually my auto shop teacher. His son took over the business.
Ah, cool.
Zerati Auto Sales, my aunt and uncle. Pincala Auto Solutions, and Floyd's Towing.
And how about the crew help when you get a chance to go racing? This crazy, busy schedule you have, working and then going racing everywhere.
Big thanks to Dad. He was there Sunday morning, helped me straighten the car out to get it ready to come here. Obviously, my wife, Debbie, my daughter, Andrea, my son, Tony, and my cousin, Carrie Ann. She's my crew chief, and her son, Maddox, Big Al Kufal, and Daryl Traber.
That's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool.
Yep.
And how many
Traber's
people?
the old guy from Hales Corners, too.
Yeah. A lot of familiar names. That's kind of neat you guys have that going on.
Yep.
And it's really neat to have you on the program. And I want to say the last word for Mike, because it's really cool having you here. It's really cool having all these people here, and you're doing great things.
Well, thank
collecting
you.
Keys and getting back to a great great cause.
I mean, the racing community, even today, people have come up to me tonight that don't have keys and handed me cash that we're going to turn into probably $300.
Wow.
So
Wow.
$300 more dollars.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. How about a big hand for Mike Egan and everybody here from Team Bonafide? Guys,
well,
thank you so
it
much.
really isn't me.
Thank
It's
you.
everybody here
Yes.
that deserves the applause.
Yeah.
And I thank every one of them, and they do a great job, and I'm awful proud of them all.
David, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Mike.
Thanks for bringing the whole team with us. I'm glad we talked to as many as we could. I know we couldn't get everybody on the show, but we certainly appreciate it. You can follow Team Bonafide on Facebook as well. You guys have a great listing of where they're racing. Support those racers that are part of Team Bonafide. And for all of your security and safety needs when it comes to your home or your property or your business, go to bonafidesafe.com. Yeah,
Got a lot of keys.
Keyless entry now, right?
Yeah,
we got all the keys.
Get rid of the keys.
We've had a great time with you here on the program. Got to thank our staff for making it possible. Want to thank our friends here at Lynch's. Thank you, Joey Lynch, as well, and his wife, and the whole gang, the Lynch Mob, I call them. They've been great supporters of our show for a long time. Thanks to our staff, Dave Schmalinger, Matt Rapina, Greg Lapine, my son Sam Trado. It's been great. Dean Strom. It's been great to have Joe Lapine's help this year. Faye Hendricks helping. Sherry Prock, Mark Goodman, and Bruce Blodgett. Guys, thanks again for making it part of the show. I just get to sit here and talk the most, but it's been a lot of fun. It's our 40th season. We couldn't do it without guys like Mike Egan as well to help us do this show each and every week. So we're thankful for you. Thankful to you for being with us for this 2+ hour show. Hope you enjoy it. Share it with your friends on socials, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Until then, support your local racing. Set your DVRs and have at it, racers. Thanks, Lynches. Thanks, DeAngelis. We'll see you next time.
We hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Remember to tell your friends and watch our 30-minute TV show on Milwaukee's CW18 this Saturday morning at 11:30. Like our show on Facebook, follow and interact with us on X and Instagram at Racing Roundup. Join the racing crowd at our live show and win prizes. For our latest show schedule and to watch all of our shows on demand, visit our website, RacingRoundupShow.com. We are delivering fresh content every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. Until next time, race fans, on behalf of our entire crew, this is Dean Strom reminding you to support your local racetracks, set your DVRs, have at it, racers.